You know the, you know,
Yeah, everybody did try and copy Kevin Hart when he was popping off.
yeah.
It's just there is a temptation because there is a balance between being yourself and being relevant. Because you
Okay.
can be if you at heart are a 1950s swing music maker, right? That's all well and good, but you're not really relevant to today's market, and so you kind of have to either come to the conclusion that I'm not going to see any kind of financial success or any kind of
Not
like
necessarily. Depends
popularity
on
right
them.
now
Right.
because I'm not
But
finding.
it's not about. But what I'm saying is, it's not about popularity. You don't do this for popularity. You don't do this to sell 10 million records. You don't even do this to.
A lot of people do.
No, no, no. What I'm saying is, you don't do this to do that. Some people get into the game. Don't get me wrong, to sell 1 million records, and
Yeah.
that's all well and good.
Yeah,
But if you're an artist, you don't do this to sell 1 million records,
I feel you. Yeah,
because the idea of selling 1 million records is ridiculous to you.
I mean, the thing is, like,
You can only hope that people appreciate your art. And if you think about it, most artists, most of the top people, they don't actually have a massive fan base. They actually appreciate the elite people that follow their craft.
yeah,
So if you think about it, you have an exclusive restaurant in Mayfair, you actually don't want Nando's audience
yeah,
in your little
true.
spot.
True, yeah. You got different approaches, different business models, but you see what it is. There's like a comedian who's only funny to a very subset of black people somewhere, and it's like, fine, if that's your thing, do your thing. But there'll be a frustration that comes because it's not because he.
But that's on him though. Because
Yeah.
there's Brian Regan, because funny enough, on the Quentin Tarantino pod, on the pod of Seth Rogen,
Yeah,
Joe Rogan, they were speaking about comics who sell out in these mad theaters, but
Yeah.
they're not popular. You don't see them on TV, like the Brian Regans, and he named a couple other people. And I knew who these
Yeah.
comics were,
yeah.
but I knew what their module was.
Okay,
Their module was to stay away from there.
okay.
They just wanted to sell out in Denver and go to their nice little, and they were making millions because they do the most, they do that circuit, if you like. They do their
Yeah.
own lane, if you like.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is this: if you own the Chitlin circuit in America, please appreciate the Chitlin circuit in America. And don't just stop with your stand-up. Start writing movies for them. Start writing TV shows for them.
Okay.
Because they're your audience.
But that's the thing, though. It's like the point I was trying to get to is that there's a difference between those who have a target audience who they want, and it's like fun everybody else, and some people who basically this is all you got. Do you see what I'm saying? Like you weren't trying to just go for one one kind of person. Let's say, for example, you were trying to make a Hollywood movie, and it just so happens that the only people who like this movie are 6-year-olds. Let's just say as a demographic.
But 6-year-olds can't buy anything, though.
Exactly. That's a really good
So
example.
how would they like your movie?
So let's say 12-year-olds. Let's say it just managed to go big on TikTok. Everyone found it cool.
Your movie.
Yeah, your movie, right?
Okay.
It went big on TikTok. Some kid did it and did a reaction or did a reenactment of it, and it got big in that demographic. I'm just using this as a wild example. In that situation, if your aim was like, yo, I'm trying to conquer this, preteen market, then fine, you're good. But if your aim was you actually wanted to make a decent movie and no one likes it, but
Right.
only this group of people likes
Yeah,
it.
but then they like it, though.
Yeah, but for some
You
people,
can't determine who likes your movie. You can only
you
hope
can't
people
determine
do.
it, but
You
clearly
can't say
can-
I'm making this movie for these people because you don't know if they'll like it or not. You just can only make the movie and hope people like it. There's a misconception
that's-
that people think you
Yeah.
target your movie to a set of people because you don't.
I
You
think
just-
that's the
don't get me
luxury
wrong.
you have as a creative. If
No,
you're
no,
if
no,
you're doing
if
the
you're in
business
the-
side of it, you have
if you're
to
in
know
the
where you're paying
studios-
for marketing.
Well, that's just business selling movies.
Yeah,
That's why there's 200. That's why there's 1 million movies made every year.
yeah,
But they're not all necessarily good.
yeah.
It's just feeding that market that they want.
Okay.
The family movie, the TV movie. They don't have to be good movies. They're feeding.
Yeah.
They're feeding the market. So if you get into the movie business, for instance,
Yeah.
you will stay on Fast and Furious 9 because you're feeding the market,
Of course.
right?
Yeah,
But the moment you say, okay, I'm just trying to make a film here,
Yeah.
you're not going to think of the Fast and Furious market because you know this film I'm making is not for them. So you won't know who this film is for.
I shouldn't really say them. I can't lie. It's a guilty pleasure, man. I
No.
love those
But
ridiculous
here's the
movies.
thing. if I'm
love
if I'm
those
making
ridiculous
if I'm making
Fast and Furious
Fast
movies.
and Furious movies, I
Yeah.
get it. That's what this thing is for.
Yeah.
It's like if someone called me to write on the Fast and Furious movie, I won't say, "Oh no, it's beneath me." I would tailor my writing to that market.
Of course, yeah.
But if I'm creating my own movie from the scratch, there is no market. I have to focus on the key elements of good storytelling and publicity.
If you had to write a Fast and Furious concept, what would your concept
I would
be?
go to Africa.
Yeah?
I would use Africa.
What are you going to
just
put?
Africa.
Like
what I-
four-wheel drives, like some
'Cause
4x4s?
Africa's not desert though. It's not desert. It's just got sandy
there is-
roads.
there
But
is
yeah, but that's
desert.
such
Sahara.
a cliche way to drive it. What would you show if you go Saharan buggies and stuff? I might as well go Saudi Arabia. I can go to any sand place.
Okay.
So if you wanted to capture Fast and Furious in Nigeria,
Oh,
and
you do
think-
Nigeria specifically?
simply because if you
Okay.
think about it, or if it was in Nigeria, if you think about it as a location, what is Nigeria? It's fucking Fast and Furious. From the airport, it's fast. You can walk in Nigeria. You don't even need the car. You just walk around that motherfucker. This is Fast and Furious.
I mean,
And
yeah,
I
until
will
you
bring
get caught in
all the
Lagos
elements.
traffic.
Fast and Furious in Nigeria is a haven. What do you want? Corruption. The president will be involved. For a Lamborghini, I give you half of Accra. I give you half of Accra. That kind of madness is already there. So what you now need is
I'll give you half of a crap.
right. So what you now need is you need the cars, because obviously Fast and Furious sold on the cars and the madness they can do, and you just bring that wild chaos of Nigeria with plush luxury cars, and you have a movie. And you don't.
I think you need to go heavy on. I think you go heavy on motorcycles for Lagos.
Do you know what? That would be dope.
Yeah.
Okada type.
Yeah. So it's all Lagos traffic stuff.
What I
but you're,
will
like,
do is
doing
what I
mad
will do.
stunts.
It will be a pimp my ride version of the fucked up cars we have in Nigeria.
Oh,
Do you
snap.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
we will
yeah.
use the elements of that broken down system to push your
Can you
Fast and
imagine the
Furious
pimped up
brand.
downfall
Right.
and the keke
Or no, it's not even a pimped up downfall. Imagine them using a decent downfall as a Fast and Furious getaway speed race.
Mad.
Right. Or a Mulue even, where the Mulue crashes in and we have an explosion on the third mainland bridge.
Okay.
And then you have the helicopters. Remember, we have water in Nigeria, so we have the boat race
We got the
too.
boats.
Right.
Okay.
So you don't try and polish
Okay.
Nigeria. You don't do what everybody else does.
Why am I gassed over this movie like it's happening?
Yo, is Ed Gregory still the one directing them?
Bro, whoever it is.
Gregory,
though.
hold like your boy. But what I'm saying is, you don't. What it's such an easy cliche to show the best of Nigeria. No. I will show the raw of Nigeria.
Of course,
The
man.
same way we do it. I say this to the difference between Jamaicans and Nigerians is this: we know how to package shit.
Wow.
Yeah. Jamaicans just let it all out, 6 big miles and 3 kids, and they just show up to the barbecue. Whereas Nigerians, we have the same nonsense, but it's done orderly. It's packaged well.
I never thought orderly in Nigeria would be in the same
We just
sentence.
package it well. Do you know what I
Okay.
mean? He has 4 kids, but he goes to church every Sunday.
Okay,
And
I
he's
see
a
what you
dickie.
mean. I
And
see
he
what you
prays
mean.
for the blind. Whereas, and I'm never saying all Jamaican men, but that Jamaican men can be just whatless in the streets and still drink, y'all.
I feel you, man. I feel,
So what I
feel
mean
your
is,
pointings.
I don't want to take away from Nigeria and try and show this light that doesn't know. I want to show them really and free. Face me, I face you. Nigeria, I told you last week, you to yourself and go say shit. There's no law in Nigeria, so there's nothing that can be too crazy.
Yeah.
That they'll say, "Oh, come on, man, he drove through a face me, I face you." That can happen.
Yeah, it could definitely happen. What
That
do you
can
mean?
happen.
What do you mean? It
You
could
know?
definitely happen. I would love to see, they try and get SARS involved, that police unit.
Right, the
And they have
police.
to- yeah.
Now you have again the police unit. Now, of course, again, you're selling a movie, so I will give the police a decent uniform and a decent, like they do have some kind of system going, and like you can call them, but it will be a special section of the police. So how the story will work is this, because do the police tell do they get chased by the law enforcement in Fast and Furious?
Well, that's the thing.
That's
It's
the
kind
thing,
of
innit?
the
'Cause
movies. The movies
they're-
kind of changed now. Before it was like illegal racing, and then the police would come, and
Right,
now
but
it's
now they're
kinda
breaking
like,
down rings and stuff like that. Rings and
yeah,
stuff
but
like
they're
that.
doing like heists as well, and then
So they're like a team of
Dwayne
people.
Johnson's characters now on their side.
Yeah, so they're like a team of people that
Yeah.
do. So in Nigeria, it'll be something to do with the government,
Yeah,
and you just tell it from there.
yeah.
So it's all illegal. It's all good.
Yeah.
So the
yeah.
unit that you would have, or maybe even a military unit, because we're having a military in
Yeah,
Nigeria.
man, and then they clash with some area boys at the beginning, but at the end, it's those area boys that saved them, bro.
Or
area boys
again
will
you
come
incorporate the area boys, like in
Yeah.
Fast and Furious 6, I think Fast 5, the one with Rock.
Yeah,
They had the Brazilian favela.
yeah, that's my point.
Yeah.
They usually start off first of all like, oh, this guy,
Yeah,
and then but in the end, it's like
But
it's
in the
that
end,
moment
there's
when
an
you're about to
assistance.
lose.
So when they drive through the area,
Yeah,
they block off the police for them.
Yeah,
because they've already
yeah.
nice them.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
at the end,
yeah.
he goes on the, my guy, I get you, man. You go, and he's
Yeah.
like,
anytime,
thank you.
anytime,
He's
you're
like,
good
thank you.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, good here. Oh my
Or
goodness.
you'd have the white character that goes into the area boy's neighborhood. You know that black people and white people, unity type thing, and he comes, but they just kill him. I think they should have a scene like that.
Right. That's got nothing to do with that, except for Funmbi wants to write a script.
That's just my little, just kill him like that. Shit don't work here.
That's hilarious, bro.
Yeah. But
That's
yeah,
hilarious.
in terms of I think when I was listening to a podcast and this guy was talking about writing your novel or your short film or your first book.
Yeah.
So people have a misconception that you write a book and it's going to be a New York bestseller. And he goes, "Are you ready to write a book?" And no one reads it.
Bro, it's needed, And to be honest, I thank God for some of the stuff I put out at the beginning of my career that nobody has seen. I thank God for that. Because can you imagine if I blew off of that? Bro, if you
got
think
trapped in it.
Yeah. Not even just trapped in it. But I would just be ashamed of myself. Like, yo, this is what you guys like?
No, only if you
I look
can't
at you
grow
like,
from it. Only if you can't grow from it.
I mean,
If
obviously,
you look
yeah.
at Quentin Tarantino was talking, he was saying he used to go to the comedy club.
Yeah.
And he was talking about Sam Kinison and all those great comics that came through. Funny enough, he said he called Paul Mooney boring, hater. But anyway.
But to be honest, I never really laughed at Sam Kinison either.
And that's the thing.
I know he
And that's the
inspired
thing.
rock
And
and
right.
everything,
And I appreciate his comedy.
Yeah.
But after a while, I just was like, okay. But what's it
calm
called?
down, bro.
Where's Earthquake? It's like, what's his name? The thing about Paul Mooney, he was a prick.
Yeah.
He did 45 minutes.
I mean,
I won't
you
come off.
should speak ill of the dead, but
Yeah,
I
he was
think-
just a prick, innit?
I think, yeah.
You remember they wanted to fire Eddie Murphy the first time he come on, because he was killing.
Bruh.
John Witherspoon said he wanted to beat him up. But anyway, and he was talking about how he used to do impressions, Quentin Tarantino. And he said he knew he had to get out of impressions. He was talking to Jim Carrey and saying you have to get out of impressions because it's a crutch. Because you always rely on that, if you impersonate somebody. But listen, I just didn't want to have a career, and the best I could get was he mentioned a person who he impersonated. And I understand. I remember there was a guy on Def Jam, and he did this. What if country music people started? They're doing R&B now. What if they did bump and grind? I don't see nothing wrong with a little bump and grind. Yee-hoo! It was amazing. His impressions were incredible.
Yeah.
But I followed. I won't say I followed his journey, but after 10 years of Def Jam, what's Lamont doing now? And they type in expression, you're just like, he's still doing impressions, nigga. And it was just like, or even is it Jay Farrell that does the Jay-Z and the Denzel?
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
I watched his special, and his segues were so not needed because all we're trying to get to is what
Is
the
the
Denzel impression.
Yeah.
I was in a graveyard and the person died, and Denzel was doing the eulogy. Can you imagine Denzel doing the eulogy? And then you're like, you're dying. You're all dying in that.
Yeah.
But once he's done that, who's next?
Bruh.
Will Smith is next. Okay, cool. And then I left. And then I had a dream that Will Smith came in. And then, it's like, okay, here we
they're
go.
really shoehorned. But the thing is, you actually forget the fact that Eddie Murphy was doing hella impressions. Like, he did Elvis Presley.
Yep.
He did Mr. T.
He did his
you know
dad.
what I'm saying? He did Stevie.
He did his kids.
Yeah, so he
his
was
dad.
doing hella impressions. But you don't think of him as an impressionist.
Because he had naturally funny ability.
Yeah.
He was basic funny already. And his impressions were
Lemonade.
that cool, refreshing drink.
That cool, refreshing
And
drink.
the way he could switch from doing like a Stevie Wonder to this motherfucking money, he taking pictures. There's a nigga in the back going, this motherfucking money, he taking pictures. Like you just saw these different people, you could play them.
Yeah, I mean,
from
to be honest,
his
that's
dad.
how he did movies. It's
Right,
how he did everything.
it's how he did everything.
Yeah.
Even in Raw, I know he used to do things for you, but what has he done for you lately? That's another character.
Eddie.
I want off. And it's a performance.
Yeah.
It's funny because when you tell people don't understand comedy or the trajectory of a comedian.
Yeah.
They think, why are you not bigger than Finger? You're funnier than him.
Bro.
And you're like, bro, it's not about who's funny. And first of all, one guy was saying to me yesterday, like, how come you're not bigger than Kojo? I think you're funnier than him. And I was like, first of all, it's not about.
So who do we go to? Like,
It's not
when
about
people say
who's-
stuff like that, who do we go and complain to? Like, hold on a second. Put a tap on the
Yeah.
shoulder here.
You know what?
I'm
I just
actually
heard.
funnier
Right.
than
And I
this
just
guy,
said-
and he
and I
seems to be
said-
getting more money than me. Can we adjust that on the pay
And I
scales?
explained to him because he was like he's been on TV. Did this? I've been on TV. So, yeah, but this is me. I've done television. I've been to Edinburgh. I've got flown out to
Like, I
Canada.
ain't watching. I'm a celebrity. Yeah,
No, but that's what he. But it's the
Yeah.
same thing we've done.
Yeah.
But he seems to think that's more seen, which is fine. But it's not about who does these appearances.
Yeah.
It's about who sets the platforms. I don't want my appearances are not going to be your legacy.
Yeah.
Not in comedy. You can't go out like I was on Mock the Week for a season as one episode. You can't. You
Bro.
gotta have people are gonna judge you by the specials, by the sketches, by the movies you were in, by the things you put into it.
I mean, yeah, the ones where you really get to shine, but you know, at the same time, I feel like it's a gift and a curse, because when you make it like you need to basically have a special, you need to have this like show that's yours or whatever it is, we overlook some of the biggest talents we've ever had. Because if you just look at like Paul Mooney's credentials, for example, most of the things that we actually celebrate him for was the work that he did in supporting others. People mention him as one of Richard Pryor's writers. People mention him, some people maybe have been introduced to him on Chappelle's show.
Because he wasn't the funniest.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying
he had
that
great
but there was a
material.
great talent there, right?
Yeah.
So I'm saying that, like, sometimes when we make it all about the star, the one
Right,
that's in
right.
the front,
What-
you miss a lot of
You miss
really
a lot.
good. Yeah.
It's like when they talk about NBA players.
Yeah.
And if he hasn't won a ring, then you didn't play basketball.
Yeah, like that.
It's
Yeah,
like, bro,
exactly. Yeah.
First of all, none of you can play basketball.
Yeah, fact.
First of all, if you make it to the NBA, yeah, you are amongst the most elite players
course.
on earth.
Of course.
Do you know what that means?
Bro, I know exactly what that means.
you
That,
know
like,
what that
if they had to
means?
pick the top 100
Bro,
players on earth,
you're there.
Even if you're on the bench
Bro,
for an
if-
NBA
bro,
team.
Oh my goodness. Even if you're on the bench, that means you
Bro.
can play better than most of the people in the country.
You can walk onto
And-
any basketball court in the country
And you're playing.
And you're playing.
And guess what the rest of the world says? You ain't even good. I ain't even on the court.
Bro.
Do you know what it means to go to a tryout and have professional scouts there and someone says, we want you?
I will warm the bench,
Stand
sand the bench, I will
lotion
build-
the bench. People don't understand. Kwame Brown was talking about how people call me a boss and what.
Yeah.
Kobe Bryant scored 81 points in one game. 81 points.
Yeah.
And it was phenomenal.
Yeah.
But he only was able to do that because the entire team allowed him to.
Of course.
They
yeah.
set screens for him.
Yeah.
They knew he had the hot hand, so they played every offense
course.
to him so he could do what he needed to do.
Yeah.
That's called a team effort.
Yeah.
But all you see is 81 points and think everybody else is dead.
Facts.
Fast forward to playoff finals, or if you rewind to playoff finals, Celtic versus Lakers. Kobe Bryant's game 7. It's the last game. He's 5 for 21 shooting. That's just 16 points in a playoff final. Kobe Bryant, that's this. If that was one of the other players, he's not playing the next game.
Yeah.
Because you're costing us too much. But the team carried him. They made the buckets they needed to win that game. It's a team effort. And like you said, if you just focus on the star
Yeah.
and that, you miss so many good things.
Yeah.
Or so many people that put in good work.
Facts.
You know? And
Facts.
sometimes better work.
Yeah.
But you don't see that because it's not packaged in the same stardom as the other person.
Yeah.
But it's also important for you as a person to know what you're. Listen, Erykah Badu for me is one of the greatest female artists of all time,
Okay.
and she has to know that that's immense.
Yeah.
But she can't look at Beyonce and say, "Why can't I do her tours?"
Yeah. You're right.
Because that's not your bag, sweetie.
Yeah.
And the bag you have, you're the best.
Mm.
You're up there. There's nothing no one can say to you about music.
Yeah.
Because you put some soul out there.
Yeah.
Same as Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill living off of one album.
Bro, one album, bro. But she
Do you know
took
how
all the
mad
Grammys
that
for that
is?
album, bro.
And you go back to the album today, you're like, how? What was she smoking that night?
Yeah. I mean, that album is like objectively a fantastic album.
It's crazy.
Like, timelessly.
Look at X Factor. Talking about a relationship with Wycliffe
Yeah.
and putting her heart, this is crazy. Like she said, this is crazy. And, you hurt yourself to make me stay. People have all gone through that where you're trying to get out something, but this person's just killing themselves. You're
Bruh.
just staying.
She put everything on that.
And
album,
that's
man.
art,
She ain't
man.
been right since.
She ain't right. You know what? The industry was mad for her, man. It's just, I guess, when you have that, when you're on a record label and you sold your album goes super platinum and you get 5 Grammys in one night, you don't get to dictate what the next move is. They are.
Wow.
Because they want that money.
Of course.
You're the biggest star on the planet now.
Yeah.
We're going to do that.
They're about to put you on them McDonald's adverts.
Right.
You about to do the
Right.
M Factor remix.
Right.
Bro, speaking of remixes, Have you seen Juvenile and Manny Fresh put out the remix to Back That Ass Up?
No.
Bro,
he's a bad motherfucker. Once you back that ass,
Yeah.
that one, okay.
Now, once you vax that thing up.
Once you vax that thing up.
Yeah, it's a vaccine promotion song.
Oh, hey, man. Hey.
Bro.
Hey. Gotta get it where you can, player. Gotta get it while you can.
They shot a
Gotta
video and everything.
Yeah.
Bro.
I said, yeah. When I saw Snoop do Just Eat adverts, I said, you know what? The game has changed.
Yo, Snoop's done every advert, bro.
MoneySupermarket.com.
Yeah.
Listen, and that's when people said to me, you know, it's so sad Tupac died at 25. I'm like, you know what? Maybe not.
Maybe it's just best to go there.
Yeah, maybe
Just
it's best
go.
to go at your height. Because what you don't want to see is...
Nah, if I
and you
saw
would have
Tupac
seen
right now.
Vax that ass up?
Yeah.
Vax that thing up?
Yeah.
Imagine them going to Tupac and he's saying, you know, vax life, baby.
I ain't got none but vaccines for ya.
Like,
let
me see you vax it up. You know, you'll just be like this. God damn.
Oh,
God damn.
You can see it all day and do vaccine remixes.
Right.
Yo, it's so.
Do you know, now there's bad rappers calling, yo, I got some vax flips. Why didn't they call me? Because anything
Bro,
to stay
maybe
relevant.
that's why DMX just went at that time, bro. Because they were about to call him
I'm about
and
to
do the Vax Riders
and
anthem.
the thing is, because people forget, there's such a thing called youthful exuberance.
Yeah.
It's like when you know when Eddie Murphy on Raw said 19-year-olds, them here in the audience. See, y'all don't know how to fuck yet. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, that's youthful
You ain't
exuberance.
got no dick control.
You ain't got no dick control. That's youthful exuberance. When you
Yeah.
get to our age,
Yeah.
you start using dick control.
Yeah.
I don't need this nut right now.
Yeah.
You know, the noise comes. Funmbi, man, they're killing black people in the hood. You know, we need to stop wearing baggy clothes now. When I saw RZA say some black men don't dress responsibly, I'm like, what?
Bruh.
I was like, what are they wearing? Woo wear? Like, oh my goodness.
That's funny.
This nigga
bro.
had the crochet scarf on with the nice blazer and the glasses. I said, when Master starts paying.
About to be like that. But to be honest, yo, you know, that's the thing. Like you said, the youthful exuberant side of it makes it hard for a lot of people to grow because we have this you kind of have to keep it real mentality.
Yeah.
Some of it is just growth. Some of it is
is growth.
maturing.
It is maturing.
And it's like people have to fight against maturing just because
Because,
people are gonna say I sold out. So yeah.
But also maturity should also teach you that it's not everything you have to open your mouth to.
Facts, bro. Facts.
You know, it's not everything.
For real.
It's like, you know, when you can see when it's eye service. Like,
Yeah.
you know, when Naomi Osaka said she's not doing interviews no more.
Yeah.
And celebrities, I stand with Naomi Osaka.
Yeah.
And I'm like, these are the same people that will turn their back on you when the cancel culture time comes.
Of course.
They won't stand with you then.
All that standing with you nonsense, bro.
You know?
Everybody's just using you for PR.
For PR exercise. And by the way, no one even actually cares of the main issue you have here, your mental health.
Yeah.
It's called, like they say, eye service.
Yeah.
Because the fact of the matter is this: if you play in the tape,
There's a tennis joke in there somewhere.
what's all this racket about? No,
No, as in like switch eye service as in
right?
Yeah,
It's
but anyway,
eye service.
there's a joke there. Just fill it in
Folks,
for yourselves.
The truth is this, you know, in this life, man, you know, it's real in the field. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like people, you know, we had this mental health awareness.
Yeah.
I feel there's a misconception of they're saying, but we don't really care about your mental health. You just want the world to be aware of it.
Let's just be aware.
It's not like we care though.
Yo.
Let me put the impression that we care, because let's look at it from this point of view. French Open have set up millions. I've paid millions to get this tournament popping. Part of recouping that millions is you doing a press interview. You said my mental health is an issue. They looked you in the eye and said, so
Yo. And
you gonna do the interview or not?
bro.
First time they fined her
Yeah.
for not doing the interview. The second time she had to pull out because they said, if you don't do it, we're gonna kick you out of the tournament.
Yeah.
Mental health or not. And
Yeah.
what they're saying is simple. It's like, and the thing
Can you imagine if her pain was like like she broke her leg, she's in the hospital, like, and so can you come and do this press
But
conference or not?
break your leg, you're gonna. Here's the thing: the media and that are the devil.
Of course.
They're
I
the
know.
package to the stardom.
Yeah.
Now my brother told me the other day, the media make you a star.
Yeah.
You play basketball.
Yeah.
You're not a star.
Yeah.
They make you a star.
Yeah.
When you go on Lennon,
Yeah.
when you go on Oprah with the family and everyone loves you,
Yeah.
they're building you up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so when you now say to them, I don't want to talk to you no more, it's like that girl, oh, so you got the pussy, now you want to leave.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, the scandal of the prom comes and you're like, yo. I.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing with them.
They give and take away, bro.
It is. So and I understand, she just wants to play tennis.
Yeah.
But tennis is the game. The French Open is the business.
Yeah.
It's like you just said to me, the money versus the artist.
Yeah.
You gotta, if like you said, I just told you, if I make a movie today and it sells $1 million, like let's say I write a football film, and it was one of them films where the nation got together and everyone loved it, and it was a nice, good family selling film. What do you think's gonna happen to me, Ola? They're gonna say, Funmbi, have you got the sequel? Now let's say I played that. No, it's one of those timeless things. Funmbi, have you got the sequel?
Bro.
Because they want to make money off of
course,
it. And you know the sequel's going to be trash.
Yeah.
You know you're not going to have the same passion. Yeah. You know you're already starting falling off.
Yeah.
You try to tell them, I want to make this story about the war in Poland. And when yo, what we want to see is give me a son. That's what everybody wants to hear now.
Bro, it makes me think about The Office, because there's such a huge difference between the UK and the US Office. UK one's done after 2 seasons. US one, I don't know how many seasons.
Is it? Because Ricky Gervais started with that attitude. No, 2 seasons, packaging time.
Exactly.
As soon as the star fell, I'm gonna do Brent.
you know, this week was 20 years since The Office.
Right.
Bro. It's been a while, and that name still rings around. Like,
but even
would it have rung around if he just did like that 2 weeks?
No,
seasons
it wouldn't.
Exactly.
Right. But he still fell into it. He brought the whole thing back. He did a whole movie around it because the bag wasn't there no more. He did a couple movies. Huh?
Did he do a movie?
A Brett movie, yeah.
I must have missed that.
Yeah, it was a Brett movie because by that point they did it on comic relief, so that pushed the movie with Doc Brown.
Okay.
But the reason why he did that was because they were telling him do Brent, and he's like, nope, I'm done with Brent. He did all those other things. None of them hit.
Yeah. We know how it goes, bro.
So don't get me wrong. He tried the right thing. Yeah. But don't deceive yourself.
So are you saying like if you get a hit right now, you write a hit movie or whatever, and they want the sequel, and you're like, creatively, I don't think the sequel is needed. I don't think it will bang, whatever it is. But the chick is righteous. Are you telling me you're like, I'm gonna stick with my guns on the creative?
Who said that?
route? I'm asking you.
Me?
Yeah.
No. I write the sequel. I write the film with the sequels in mind.
I'm gonna write Home Alone 7.
And I take that bag and then I fund my War on Africa movie.
Yeah.
When Chris Tucker goes into a radio interview today, what's the first thing they ask him?
Chris Tucker?
Yeah.
What, Rush Hour?
No. Are you gonna make another Friday?
Oh, really?
All the time.
Okay.
Y'all making another Friday? Either that or Rush Hour.
Yeah.
But more time, are you making every time it's a black radio station, are you making another Friday?
Yeah.
Because that's what he's known for.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, there's no way he can make another Friday.
No one's asking for another one of them specials that he dropped on Netflix.
Put it this way. We watch Coming to America 30 years later.
Yeah.
And hey, this is the beauty of that film.
That's the perfect example.
Yeah, that's the perfect. And this is the beauty of that film. Some people watch it to complain. I didn't enjoy this, but you watched it. But you came back.
Yeah.
Now, Eddie can say, you know what? Done. Because clearly there's nothing there. But hey, and people want to slate the movie and this and that. Let me tell you why that movie was perfect. Because he didn't try and make a good movie.
Nah.
Should I run that back?
Yeah, no. I got you on the first run, bro.
And make a good movie.
Nah.
If he had tried to do some new angle, when they brought back Sexual Chocolate, I took off my shirt. You know what it was like?
Yeah.
It was like going to a concert, yeah, and then Jay-Z did a song with Lil' Kim.
Yeah.
And she did the hook and her verse was fire.
Yeah.
But Jay-Z's on tour.
Yeah.
So you had the Jay-Z code, he's doing the song, but you don't think Lil' Kim's there.
Yeah.
And Lil' Kim comes from the trap door.
Yeah.
And then you punch your friend in the face. Because you're so hyped.
Yeah.
I'm a dickhead, blood. It's that kind of vibe.
Yeah. I feel you, bro. And you know what? Yeah, I feel like they did try and do a couple things with that Coming to America. They tried to make it like woke a little bit.
Yeah.
A little like try to adjust some gender politics and that
yeah.
kind of thing. And now those were the worst parts of it for me.
Like the best parts
don't
nobody want to hear that.
Exactly.
Like no, sorry, no one want to hear that. But it's like
But we didn't come to Coming to America part 2 for this.
The only mistake they made, they did not have Cuba Gooding Jr. in the barbershop when they came back.
Bro, can you imagine?
If they had
trying to get his haircut.
No, he's been coming there for years.
Yeah, for real.
I would have punched my TV.
His fee's gone up though, bro. I mean,
No, it hasn't. It's gone down. Then they're gonna make. That's why he ain't in it. They're like, nah, we can't get Cuba in. He gonna fuck up the film.
no.
That's why he ain't in it. Yo, did you not notice Olamide from Power, or is it Ramide, whoever is the pretty one, Rutin from Power, has a whole season of Power. Yeah. He's in it to the last season. Yeah. Lines and everything. This nigga was happy to just walk across the camera in Coming to America too.
Yeah, he's still on the come up.
Eddie Murphy called me and said, when I saw Michael Blackson, I cried. I could have been in this film.
No.
I could have been in this film.
Nah. Those guys have profile.
No. What I'm saying is he gave out the love.
Okay, yeah.
He put man in. Yeah. And then man were honored to be in there.
Of course.
That's what I mean. It was an honor to be there.
That was like a roll call of like who's black and popping.
That's what I mean. If you weren't called, you feel away. Yeah. Like man, it didn't even, call me for the Coming to America. If you're Jamie Foxx in them, I'm joking. But he probably just thought they don't need them in it. Yeah. But when I saw Morgan Freeman, you don't think that was a favor? You think Morgan read the script and said, "Hey, I need to be part of this"? He just said, "Come to America too." Yeah, just give me some, I'll do it.
Bruh. Wesley Snipes is like, yo, I still got some tax
fire. And you could see they had the relationship from Dolomite.
Okay, yeah.
He was in Dolomite. So you can see they built that relationship on. See on the set when Will Smith came to the set and they were all hugging. All of them. Martin Lawrence, all of them were all hugging. Yeah. Because they've put it down. Yeah. You understand? Ask all of those comics, the comics they were afraid of coming up and the comics that they respect. You won't be in any ones you know. I told you, Chris Rock said I couldn't follow Cedric in Oakland. This nigga had a purple suit on. Yeah. Yep. So, it's important to understand what you're trying to put out. Yeah. And what you... My agents always tell me, manage your expectations. Don't lower them. Manage your expectations. Yes, yeah. Everything you do, you got to manage your expectations. Yeah. You got to be prepared to say, no one watched my film. You know why it's okay? Because that's probably not hopefully won't be the last film you make.
Amen to that.
Or the last joke you write.
And that's the conversation we always have around like when we get opportunities with the sort of mainstream industry, is that you really do get the sense that if it doesn't pop, this is going to be the last. Happen. Yeah. So you go into it with that energy,
too much expectation.
Exactly. You trying to make flipping Citizen Kane on your first go, and it's like it's not going to be that.
And life teaches you these things. Life teaches these things in so many different forms. Yeah. Like the first time I made jollof, it didn't bang, or I struggled, or I kept on going back to the internet to check what I missed wrong, or make sure I put the ingredients exactly on the minute mark. Yeah. Now I make jollof. I do it with my eyes closed. Is it? I start experimenting. Before I'd use normal water. Now I use the stock that I use to boil the chicken, and you pour it inside to add the extra flavor.
Yeah, of course.
You understand? That's how you do it.
Now you're getting into it.
That's how you start getting. You start freestyling the thing. Yeah. Before you used to panic. Oh, I have to be hour. Now I've got 20 minutes to make jollof. Let me rush it up. Because you know how to do it advanced.
Relax, brother.
So what I mean is, you gotta progress to Citizen Kane. Yeah. You gotta progress to Godfather. Yeah. You can't bust that on your first attempt.
And I think we need to stop glorifying these stories about like, the number of like, you get I was serving a sandwich. Those stories. I was serving a sandwich in the cafe, and then Scorsese looked at me and said, "Do you want to be in my?" No, did I say Scorsese? I thought I said Weinstein. I was gonna panic. Got to change the story quickly. Scorsese looked at me and said, "Do you do an Italian accent?" I said, "Bada bing, bada boom." And next thing you know, I was in the movie. It's like, bro, don't get gassed on those stories. Bada bing, bada boom. I said, "Bada bing, bada boom," and next thing you know, I'm in Hollywood. Yeah, bro. I mean, because here's the thing: if you tell somebody's story in a certain way, you really feel bad about your own process. But if you look deeper at the story, you go, "Oh, okay, it's not as simple as they tell it." Like when people talk about how like Will Smith hadn't acted a day in his life before Fresh Prince, it's like this guy was a very popular rapper. First of all, let's remember this, and second of all, like this guy is known for his work rate. So even if he hadn't acted a day in his life, please believe this guy went and took some classes or did something to get himself ready.
Not one, Will Smith had charisma.
Exactly.
And who was Will Smith playing in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
Himself.
he was the only one not acting.
Yeah.
We could
Well, him
tell.
and Jazz, bro.
Him and Jazz. We could tell. You
In
could
fact,
see the difference.
Jazz did more acting than he did.
Jazz could not act for shit.
Jazz couldn't act, but Jazz was
Here's the
pretending
thing, though.
more than he
you know,
was.
Avery James.
James Avery.
James Avery.
Yeah.
Uncle Phil.
Yeah.
You could tell he was an actor.
Yeah.
You could
yeah.
see it right.
Them
You could
them
tell he
ones
had
in
the skill.
Juilliard.
Right. He could deliver the lines. He had
Yeah.
the timing, the variation, the depth.
Alfonso Ribeiro definitely went to like performing.
I mean, I
arts
don't
school.
think he did, but he more tap dancing and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. He's
Yeah.
he's one of them goofballs. But what's it called?
I said good. Let the man tap dance, bro.
I lost a little respect for him when he called Viv a bitch. I didn't think that was necessary.
When did you?
He was doing stand up because they always think they can do stand up when it's not going cold. And he for shock value he said that bitch, and I'm like, you're not about that life.
Nah, relax, Alfonso.
Yeah, you're not about that life. Like I'll pull up, and that's why if you notice in the reunion they're never in the same place together.
Okay.
Yeah, because they don't fuck
really
with
watch
each
that
other.
reunion,
I
to
didn't
be
either. But my point is. So when you put it to simple, Will Smith went back to the day in his life, or Quentin Tarantino used to work in a video shop. It's like he didn't just.
My favorite one is Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates. They're both dropouts. Yeah, these things dropped out of Harvard, bro. You can't just say they're dropouts, bro.
First of all, their parents were middle class, rich white folks.
Well, there you go.
So them dropping out of Harvard, yeah, when you drop out of Harvard, it's different from dropping out of
Brunel.
London Met.
Exactly.
You
It's
are
not
shorting your opportunities there.
This is what I'm saying. Like, it's not just as simple as dropping out and then you become a success because
No.
you're so brave. You managed to drop out.
Yeah.
People focus so much on that dropping out part because that's the part that makes them feel good.
Yeah.
But the point is that these guys were entrepreneurial. They were hardworking. They had knowledge. They had passions. They had something that just so happened. They were willing to screw people over. They were all sorts of things contributed to success.
Well, look at that Fire documentary. Remember that?
The Fire Festival.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, there's the part where they ran out of money, and then he went out in the night and came back with 3 million.
Yeah.
This is me. Well, if a black person came out with that, next thing you know, the drug enforcement agency will be right behind you.
You facts,
Because
bro.
where did you get 3 million from?
Bro, you ain't even talked about the maddest part of that documentary when they had a problem with one of the authorities on the island, and the guy who was the gay guy went to go
They're gonna
sort
suck
it
his
out,
dick,
bro.
Yeah. Well,
Bruv.
no, he didn't have to, but he wanted to. But that's not the. I don't understand. I don't think you understand how deep. I don't think you understand how they exercise white privilege in that film.
Yeah,
I said
it
the
was all
guy
madness,
went out
man.
in the middle of the night and came back with 3 million.
Yeah, all of that's madness. All of that's madness.
You know,
All
And
of
so-
it, all of it.
And so what I mean is the access to it. You think
Yeah.
Bill Gates and them started Facebook from their pocket?
I mean,
I told you about the guy who started Pornhub and he got a $300 million loan. The moment Bill Gates had those ideas, or Steve Jobs, they had the people to back it financially.
bro, if 300 million dropped in your account like that, wouldn't you just be like, hey, let me take a quick meal, just like a sly meal to the side? Or do you think you can be trusted with that amount of money?
Depends on what you're doing.
Let's say you're
Depends what
about
you're
to.
doing it for.
Let's say you had the Pornhub business model. Let's say it wasn't porn. Let's just say something
No, they
else.
say it was Pornhub business model.
Okay, all right. You got a Pornhub business
Yeah.
model, and you're like, I need 300 million to go and buy up all these other sites, basically, to create this.
Or just to create
super
this empire, yeah.
site. Yeah. All right. So would you be tempted to spend some of that money?
If your mind was to build that empire
Yeah.
and they're giving you 300 million
Yeah.
and you're thinking about Gucci or a quick trip to you're a fucking idiot.
Bro, but the reason why I'm asking this is because I'm forever fascinated by the world of the rapper advance. The advance that they give rappers, which is basically just a loan, right? That they recoup on the sales. And
They give it to everybody. That's any musician gets that.
yeah.
You get advance. So
Yeah,
rappers,
exactly.
country music, whatever music you're doing.
Yeah, but specifically rappers, just because how much the advance is known to be a big part of. We've seen the stories basically of the rappers who've come back broke and they were shining the whole time, and we realized that they were spending advance, right? So for me, it's always like that mentality of like they've put this much money in your hand. There's a little bit of fear in me that's like, yo, we need to make sure that like. I need like the best beats. I need like studio time.
Rappers
blah, blah,
never
blah.
come back broke. They're not broke. They're just not as rich as you thought they were.
Nah, some of them were broke,
Who?
bro.
Who's broke?
Some of them were broke.
Define
I watched the
broke.
whole. Bro,
There's not a rapper that you can mention that is broke. No, not one.
you don't believe any rapper is
They're
broke.
just not as rich as you thought they were. People thought those diamonds and that were theirs. They weren't
Yeah.
theirs. They were never theirs.
Okay,
So they were
of
never
course.
rich like that.
Yeah, I get that.
Right. So they're not broke. They're just
No,
not
but
as
if
rich
you're
as we think they
if
were.
you're in debt
When I
because
say
your sales didn't recoup, on
everybody's
the-
in debt. Who's not in debt in this life? But they're still not broke. company. Jay-Z sold Tidal because he couldn't, maintain it as a business, and he sold it on. As long as you can tour, as long as you can live off your masters, off your residual income, which they all get, and you live a humble life, they'll be fine. But they're not broke in the sense where they're living on the street or they're, working in McDonald's and stuff like that. How many rappers do you not have another job now? If they had a side life, even Mace is still working.
I feel like they must, okay. Mace was on Bad Boy. It was one of the biggest but you rap labels
but he's
in the
not
world.
but he's not as rich as he was now then.
Fair enough. He's not what I'm talking about.
I'm talking about
these guys that they take off the street. They give them an advance, right?
But they were never
can go
rich,
be
though.
the next. Yeah, but what I'm saying is that if you've come off the street and somebody puts that money in your hand,
how much?
They put 500K in
500K. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Obviously I'm not coming off the street, but I'm saying even coming from my position, I will be.
So you're not off the street then, innit?
Yeah, I'm not from. Yeah. So I'm saying from my point of view.
But then you have education and a family and everything like that.
Very true.
Right.
Very true. So, but then I look at those dudes and I go, for some of them that go straight to Jacobs after getting the advance.
But isn't that a story that is oversold?
I don't know. That's a good point.
I don't think
know
they go straight to Jacobs. I think people don't tell you what happens.
Kanye said he went to Jacobs after
on a track because it sells records.
Yeah.
Because it sells records. Again,
you don't think he was really spending
because Kanye didn't come off the streets. Kanye's mom was a teacher.
Yeah, I don't think his one was.
Yeah, Kanye is educated.
Even
we tried to buy a light so we don't live here. That's Kanye just doing what he's selling records. He didn't live like that. He didn't pack a gat. He wasn't. You can see by the way he talks and how he behaves.
Yeah.
So he's just selling records.
He was overspending. I think he probably overspent. But I just.
But what I'm trying to say is, I understand what you mean, but I think it was our misconception.
Yeah.
Because they did MTV Cribs and didn't even live in those cribs.
Very true.
You know what I mean? They will do all these diary and they'll go and shop here and there because that's what sells.
Yeah.
The idea, like you said, the idea of wealth is a bag in itself.
Yeah, very true. That's very, very true.
You see people pouring champagne, you're drawn to that.
Yes.
Right?
You're right.
You see people throwing money in there, you're drawn to that.
Yeah, so I mean, but that's the thing. I'm like, how many of them are that strategic to go, do you know what? If I spend, 5% of my budget appearing to be rich, that's going to increase my sales by 20% or whatever it is. Therefore, it's worth it. Because I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting to a point I'm getting to an age now where I'm kind of scared of just like staying in debt. Like debt seems like a real thing to me, and the debts that I have, I want to pay them off as soon as possible, and. When I see these guys, I almost feel like if someone puts that amount of money in your hand, I see it as like more rope to hang yourself with.
If you don't handle it properly, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so that's why I would treat that like if someone puts 500K in my account right now, I'm going to be careful, bro.
You're in your 30s now. They were 16 when they put 500K in their account. If they put 500K in
their account at 16, you'd
have bought a car.
That's what's scary me,
No, but at 16, you would have bought a car unless you had parents who stopped that.
Yeah.
I told you when Shaq got in the NBA, he bought 3 cars that cost just about $1 million. Because his mum and dad wanted one. And it's only because his accountant called him and said, yo. Yeah. You're going to blow your money.
Yeah, you did say.
So what it is it's not necessarily, why do you think they signed him at 16, 17? Because you're impressionable. Because you think 500K is money. And your mind thinks 500K is going to come every single time you talk to people. So you're living like that.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. And again, the key thing is to this. Always... Look, man, when they say that's a good look, that's all it is.
It's a good look.
It's a good look. You have to understand, behind that good look, there's a lot going into it.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, back to the original question, when it comes to that 300 mil, do you think you have the capability to handle that kind of money?
At this age?
Yeah.
What?
300 mil.
What else am I going to do with it? Go and party in Vegas?
Bro, it's not even just age, though, bro.
I'm just saying with my mindset.
Wisdom required.
100%.
The thing is, if you made 300 mil from scratch, you definitely have the wisdom of all the lessons that takes you there. Yeah. So even if you lose 50 mil, you're like, I made 50 mil. If you're in a position
to even
negotiate. Somebody puts it in your hand.
But if you're in a position to negotiate for someone to put 300 million in your hand, I think you should have sense.
You think?
Yeah, but who's
bro? Every day in Silicon Valley, right? Someone's selling some app idea.
Yeah.
They're going around to venture capitalists and they're raising funds, right? And they fund a bunch of stuff. Some of it works, and a lot of it doesn't.
But that's different between working and not working. There's a difference between it working and not working. And here's why it didn't work, because you spent half of it on titties. or because I bought a Bentley and a Bentley waggy that keep cash shaggy roll.
They have their own versions of that though.
Yes,
so
but what I'm saying
they won't
is,
necessarily go and spend it on that, but they might go and get fancy offices, and they might
but
go.
that's different. That's an office to support what you're doing. You're trying to, level up a bit. Yeah. What I'm saying, if you're asking me, would I do? I'm saying,
do you have the wisdom and the steadiness of hand for 300 million to drop in your account, and you're like, I know how to handle this.
Well, and not fall into what, buying Gucci.
Not maybe just making, like when money comes quickly, even the business decisions you might make some dumb decisions that you wouldn't have made if you worked hard to like make that money yourself.
I don't think there's any difference between the decisions.
You really think so?
Nope. If you worked hard to spend 300 million, you can just lose it just as quick as someone that was giving it to. Because everybody in the rap game worked hard to get to where they were getting to. They worked their ass off. They toured, they worked the songs, they went stew, but everything cost.
Yeah, no, the ones that have money because they work for it, that's different. I feel like there is something different that happens when you work for the money. But when someone puts money in your hand, like a big lump sum,
but
haven't worked for it,
remember I said,
you start making dumb decisions.
No one puts a big lump sum of money in your hand that you didn't work for. Nothing is given. That 300 million was not given to him because he was a nice guy.
Yeah.
It's because he came with a fucking business plan that they realized they will stand to make triple that.
Yeah.
So I hope to believe if you're in a position of that, you do have the foresight to understand 300 million is nothing compared to what we're trying to make. So if you're just tempted by 300 mil, you shouldn't even be in that office. Because the rich people in this world understand 20p is money.
Yeah. So
if they're going to Topshop and the guy's like, it's £20, can I get 20p off? Like, you're a millionaire. Can I get 20p off, my friend? Okay, if I'm a millionaire.
Why?
You know what? Was it Thingy? Was it who was it? I think it was Missy or someone that said when she was independent.
Okay.
And she was going out to dinner.
Yeah.
Every night, taking the labels out to dinner. She didn't realize she was on paying for everything.
Man.
By the way, everyone there is richer than her. You think if a TV exec takes you out to says we want to build a film with you, Ola, we're gonna have a business dinner. They take you to the Ivy and Leicester Square. Who do you think's paying for dinner? The rich exec.
Yeah.
You. You better pick up that check. You better say, I got this.
If someone invites me out to dinner,
no. They're not inviting you to dinner. They're closing the movie deal for you, where they're going to invest 20 million into your film, and we're celebrating on dinner. You're paying for the check.
Okay.
If they say, here's a check, £900, you're gonna say, yeah, get that. They won't do another deal with you again. That's what rich people do. They suck you. You think if you go to dinner with Jay-Z, he's paying for the dinner?
Yeah.
Why? You went to dinner with Jay-Z. The least you could do is pay.
I know every single rich person I've hung around has picked it up. Every single time.
Picked what up?
I picked up the
Because you
tab.
said that's picked up.
I was just.
I said Jay-Z in it.
Okay. But I mean, like in terms of every business deal I've had, and whoever's initiating it. In fact, usually the fight is over who is gonna pay. That's what I'm saying.
Is when rich
it's
people,
like you actually trying to it's like a bit of a dick waving
get
contest.
Into around people that are not as rich, they don't want to pay because it's money. It's like when Jordan used to say he used to gamble with the players at the back of the plane, and they're like, "Bro, we're playing. You man are playing for $1,000, $5,000. We're playing for $5 here. Why would you want to play here? It's because I want your money in my pocket."
Man. Yeah, but Jordan is different though.
But is Jordan rich?
Yeah, but Jordan's different though. Jordan had like a different psychological thing.
Your money in my pocket. But that's how rich people think. They all want our money in their pocket. Isn't that what we do? When we buy Nike, what do? We put money in their pocket. They want our money in their pockets, and they will do everything they can to provide that service. You told me Jay-Z went to a concert and said, "Black people, what are you doing with your money? Nigga, your tickets cost $1,000."
That's still one of the coolest aspects
like,
of the game. Jay-Z telling people how to spend their money more effectively whilst charging them $100 for a ticket.
Can you imagine that?
But to be fair though, like if you went to a financial awareness seminar, they might still charge you to come in.
Which is fine. But I didn't go to a financial awareness seminar. I went to see Jay-Z rap, and now I'm getting told I'm not using my money wisely. Can you imagine you hear that? And you were pouring Tanqueray in your head. Like, what you do with your money? This. I can't even enjoy myself no more. I got to do a spreadsheet. You know?
You got to draw out the spreadsheet, man.
Like you imagine you were pouring drink on your like, down here. You need your money. Ugh. Wasted it, obviously. So my point is, it's like,
it reminds me of the flipping the Cedric joke where he's talking about when this Farrakhan gonna leave. Like, like Farrakhan's that image of like you have to behave yourself and not eat pork. Like Jay-Z's is gonna become that for people who want to spend money stupidly. Be like, hey, when Jay-Z leaving, man?
I'm trying to buy out the bar this month, and it's always the message is always missold.
Yeah,
Diddy was saying the song, "When I go to the club, I buy out the bar," and so there's people that want to emulate that, but no one stops to think who's winning if you buy out the bar.
Yeah, when you start to find out, that a lot of the time, these guys are being paid to be in that club.
Yeah.
And not only that, King of Diamonds, it was a big strip club at its time in Miami.
Okay, yeah.
There was a time where
those ones that had the Jeep Hummer limos and just driving it up. I think everyone.
They had all sorts, bro. They had a boxing ring in there.
God damn.
They had barbers
Guess Flo
in there.
came through.
I don't know if
I'm joking.
But they'd have the topless girls boxing in there. They'd actually have just like regular boxers boxing in there. It was all kinds of. There was a barbershop in there supposedly. Whatever. It was madness.
These niggas.
But
there was a barbershop in there. God damn. You know what that reminded me of? Barbershop 2. Where they said Nappy Cuss is coming over. Apparently, they got fish in the fish tank where you take it out, you can fry fish in the barbershop. And you're just looking at him like,
Nah, but
only black people can exaggerate things. And it's a common thing amongst us. In Nigeria, it gets, I go to the man's house. When I walk out, the carpet just rotates. And you're like...
Yo, but I seriously heard there was a barbershop in King of Diamonds.
I love it. I'm not saying there wasn't.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, in my mind, it's like, nigga, there's a barbershop, nigga. Who's going to tell his missus, I'm going to the barbershop? Ain't nobody going barbershop. You're going to see titties.
Wow.
You know when the barber stands in front of you, yo, behind. I just wanted the back done. I only want the back done.
Yo, so
Caesar.
In that club, like, they mentioned it on all the rap songs and so on and so forth. These guys will always say, like Lil Wayne had a line. It was like, Live on Sunday. Live is another club in Miami. King of Diamonds Monday, right? Then you'd always see these videos on like World Star Hip Hop, all the hip hop outlets of all these rappers. So Rick Ross comes and throws $1 million there, blah, blah, blah. The day I found out that these clubs give them the money to throw.
But why is that?
I was like,
hold on. You're the same person that just said to me, this advance money and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You really think Rick Ross had $1 million to throw into titties?
Bro.
Even he knew. The drug
at that
dealers
time, I really just...
Hey, yo, the drug dealers were busy that weekend. Hey, yo, we need to get that money, yo. We need to get that flipping, yo. Come on.
Bro.
Do you know what $1 million in cash is?
Bro, I saw it. I saw them unwrap the bands.
Right.
So I was like, yo, these guys really just... I thought they were... To be honest, here's what I thought was happening. I thought they were doing promo, right?
So you think the money was real?
So whether the money's real or not, because they had the Usher thing recently with him throwing Usher bucks at the strippers. Like he had sprayed the money.
It was Usher money. That's hilarious.
Usher bucks.
That's hilarious.
I thought that they were doing
a sign.
I thought they were doing a stunt, right? They're just doing a stunt for the publicity. The album's coming out soon. That was
part
heard
of
he
it.
threw $1 million.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that. Like the real stunt was the fact these venues would say, "Do you know what? Come, all your drinks obviously are on us, and then not only that, we're gonna give you a certain amount of money to throw."
Yeah.
That blew
because
my
it helps
mind.
everybody.
Of course it does,
It
and
helps
it makes all of us go, "Oh my goodness, yeah, I have to go to King of Diamonds."
Right.
And I went to King of Diamonds on a Monday, and I was like, "Oh snap, it's like the Lil Wayne song."
Well,
King of Diamonds Monday.
Redman said wherever he went in America, he didn't have to buy weed.
Oh snap!
People just walk up to him, here you go, because he rapped about weed.
Yeah.
Same as Pac. He said everywhere I go, people want to test me because I rap about this thug being this person. People come up to that energy.
Yeah.
So would they know where to fit that? You know.
What do you get from people then?
Jay-Z, before I say that, Jay-Z went to Iceberg and asked for a clothing deal.
Yeah.
They told him to fuck off.
Yeah.
Because he was like, we have these people who tell them to buy Iceberg and they'll do it.
Yeah.
Because I understood the power of telling people to say, everybody say hey, and everybody said hey. It might sound like a basic thing, but who can you imagine that? Play that in your head. A grown man on stage, everybody say hey, and you just yell, hey! How dumb do you think you are?
Yeah, bro, these were the real influences, bro.
But in the moment,
they
say everybody say hey, you're like, hey, you're getting into it.
Yeah.
So those people are not, he understands I can influence all these people.
Yeah.
by my behaviors, by the clothes I wear.
Yeah.
And so they go to the clothing company, but they didn't see it then
Yeah.
until further down the line.
Yeah.
But again, even the Fat Farm, Diddy, Sean John, they weren't owned by these people. Diddy didn't own Sean John.
No way.
No, it's a business
This
venture.
is
They just use his
depressing.
name, but he comes with a. They're coming with a.
Okay, if you
yeah.
partnered up, yeah, fair
Partnered
enough.
up.
Yeah, you
So
partnered up. That's all
to
right.
do a quick sale.
Yeah,
But the partner up might
no
be-
one's really trying to do flipping merchandising and cutting.
No, but that's where the money's
fabric and so on. Of course, but you know
Because
that's
there's no Sean John now.
it's highly
There's no
capital
Fat
intensive.
Farm now.
Yeah,
But there's still Gucci. There's still Versace.
but imagine
There's still D&G.
imagine if he went and bought factory, said he wants to make Sean John or what.
But he has to want to do that for the rest of his life.
That's my point.
Yeah, but
you're
Africa will
better
buy
off
it.
just selling
No,
your brand
no.
for.
Well, that's what you think, but
Yeah.
Africa will buy it. In Nigeria, would buy anything Americans will. Anything.
You think
Nigerians
to
are wearing
today,
cowboy boots.
people still be wearing Sean John and
The modern
Rockaway?
version of what he does today, yeah.
Wild.
We're wearing cowboy boots in Nigeria. We call them Sanchos.
Wow.
Yeah, cowboy boots.
I did not know that.
When I came to London, I wore, they're like, we didn't. I was like, they don't wear that here. They're like, no.
Yo, you had your Sanchos here.
Yeah. We're wearing
Bums with the
Timberlands.
Sanchos.
We're wearing Timberlands in Nigeria and
Of
lumberjacks.
course. Of
Lumberjacks
course.
with the black with the thingy.
Yeah.
So, but if
Speaking of Timberlands, shout out to one of the listeners. Shout out to Michael. He's an idiot first and foremost.
he's an idiot.
Yeah, just because he's a troll, bro. He just likes to, but he listens. He actually loves the podcast, but he just likes to troll me in the DMs about it. And
He slides in your DMs.
yeah, bro, don't say it like that, bro.
That's sad, man. We ain't got
But
man
yeah.
them sliding in your DMs.
Yeah, bro. I guess I don't put out that girl slide into my DMs energy, bro. But yeah. Just he was joking the other day that like he's getting married soon. That he needs to go and cop a pair of Timberlands for the wedding night because that's all he's seen in terms of how to have sex. I was like, even though your West Coast production vibes, he said,
They don't all wear Timberlands.
bro, of course they didn't all wear Timberlands. Some of them was wearing
Timberlands is
trainers
actually
or
a New York
whatnot.
thing, you know.
What do you mean? Of course we know this, bro. That's a New York stereotype that they all
I
wear
didn't even
Timberlands.
know.
You didn't know? Nah, that's
Not in
the,
Nigeria.
that's the okay. But yeah. Basically.
So that's what I mean. It's like, all of those things were just those quick flips because hip hop was popping.
Yeah.
You
of
got to
course.
use those people. Like the reason, like Lil Kim should have known then. I'm a fashion icon, and she should have ran that back to the ground. She should be the face of fashion today because it all came through her. So we have to now.
She had a really pop. She had the stylist. I can't remember her stylist name.
yeah.
But this stylist is like the stylist. She
was
created
friends
all
with,
of
Donatella Versace and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but at that time they're all friends. because
Yeah, you
make
don't
the
really
money,
see it
but-
as you
Yeah.
gotta get in where you fit in, baby.
Yeah.
You gotta make sure you milk it.
So what do you think is the most successful rap brand then?
It's probably it's Ciroc that I've ever seen. That's the most success I've ever seen.
Yeah,
So Diddy has really got people on Ciroc's nuts.
I was gonna say Def Jam as a general brand.
General brand, yes, but again, no, because Def Row and Big Bad Boy were bigger than Def Jam.
No, but Def Jam as a brand has been bigger. Like as a record label,
not bigger than Def Jam. Even as the whole brand, it's not bigger than Def Row. No one talks about Def Jam now, unless it's comedy.
But that's
you
what I'm
talk
saying. The
about-
fact
but
that they got the
gonna
comedy,
do-
the poetry, the
Yes.
music, and then Def Jam, they had a computer game as well. They had
Yes.
what
Fat
else?
Farm, if you like.
Yeah, I
Russell
guess
Simmons.
that's a different brand, but yes, it was.
But I still think Diddy and Def Row were, because they were so massive. Like
you think those brands are bigger too?
but they're
right now?
trying to do a documentary on the story of Def Row.
Yeah, but
So in the venture, they were
sure,
the
yeah.
biggest.
they had stories, yeah,
They
because
had
everyone
Dre.
they're constantly making.
Right. So
telling those
and you're
stories.
always Suge is a story.
Yeah.
Dre's a story. Pac, Snoop, the
Yeah.
Dog Pound.
Yeah.
Then you have beef with Diddy.
What's the Dog Pound story?
They're just part of, they're just you
They
can
just
say
don't
the Dog
have-
Pound.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when
Yeah.
they do the Death Row Files, if you did the Death Row story as a Netflix special, you can do 10 seasons
10 seasons.
and enjoy yourself. Just you could do 3 seasons on Pac, 2 seasons on Suge. You can go back into LA. You can go to NWA because Suge was involved in that stuff there.
Yeah.
You can go to Harry O the Gangster who started Death Row.
Yeah.
You can go to the post after Death Row when Suge goes to jail. How Jewel and them ran into the ground and the beef between the Dog Pound and that. You can talk about it all the way. Then with that, and the thing with Diddy is Bad Boy Records only had maybe 2 stars. Or even just 1.
Yeah.
Biggie.
Yeah.
But because Diddy's got so much sauce, You would think they had everybody.
They had. I mean, let's not take it away from a man like Mace.
No,
That
Mace. No, I
was
mean
just-
at the time of the Tupac, because Mace was
Okay.
after Tupac.
Okay.
At that time, Biggie was the highest selling
Yeah.
on their label.
Of course.
But they took it to as if, you know, Bad Boy Records, baby.
Yeah.
You know? So it's amazing what he was able to do.
Okay. I think brand wise.
I think Def Jam bigger than Bad Boy though.
Okay.
Brand
yeah.
wise. I'm not say brand wise. The only reason why Death Row is so big because of the characters in it. The controversy is so much.
I mean, we are saying this as like two Tupac fans, so I guess.
Not even Tupac fans. Forget even Pac. Suge Knight. Listen, Suge Knight was so feared. Everybody knew Death Row Records.
Fair, true.
Remember when Jamie Foxx did that monologue on MTV? Suge's free. Suge Knight is free. He's free now. Feeling grand, he's free now. What you're behind, he's free now. Because he was doing the jokes. So he was doing, they'll put the things up on the thing here, and he'll be like, you will rip the person. They push shut this, go to the next one, go to the next one. I don't want no problems, go to the next one. He was just so known.
Bruh. Have you ever seen that clip of Suge Knight in the club with the girl in the headlock?
No.
Oh, bro, it's the scariest thing I've ever
Oh,
seen
wait,
in my
okay,
life.
another thing
He's
that he
dancing
did.
with a girl, but he's got her in a headlock, and she's like a
Oh, I've seen that one. I've seen that one. And he's like back in it. So big as well. You know the maddest thing, yeah?
Oh, bruv.
Look what he did at the Source Awards.
No, but first of all, let's just go back to that one where he's grabbed the girl. If that's your girlfriend, yeah.
I think that was his girl, though.
No, but imagine that's your girlfriend, and he's trying to grip her up in the club like that. Are you really doing anything?
You know what? You will, but you have to fight. You have to know how to fight.
What do you mean fight? You're gonna die, bro.
Not
There's no
really.
fighting
Not
out
really.
here.
They had fights. The only thing is,
Bro.
it all depends on the numbers you have.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
where would you, if you came into the club with your girl, you're gonna have the
But why would your
squad
girl be
with
dancing
you.
with Suge like that?
She's not dancing with Suge. Suge is dancing with her, bro.
But she knew him, though.
I mean, in this situation,
Yeah,
yeah. But
she
if
knew.
basically what I'm saying is Suge can come and put your girl in a headlock,
No,
and
you
you're
can't.
just gonna be, you'll break
You
up
know
with
what?
her.
He won't. That's
break
the
up
thing.
with her,
That's
why.
what
I
people.
knew you were cheating
That's
with
what,
me.
that's what,
That's
that's
why
what
I'm
people
breaking up
don't
with you.
realize. She won't. He won't actually do that.
What do you mean?
He's disrespectful. Then Suge is not an idiot. You know, he didn't just go around saying, "Is that your girl? Your headlock time." He's a sensible man.
Suge is a sensible man.
You know what he
the
is,
one
you
that
know?
was like running people over on broad daylight.
That was recently. I mean, and when I say he's a sensible man, you know what his problem was? He wasn't even a hard man, you know. He came up, you know, went to school, went to uni, played football. He's a good dude. But the street life
Yeah.
that he was affiliated with
Yeah.
consumed him.
Okay.
And he just liked the idea of a mob boss.
Of course.
And,
I heard he had a tank of piranhas at Death Row Records
first of all,
in his office.
don't believe everything you read. Niggas gone.
I know there's gonna
Don't
be.
get it wrong, though. He had 2 dogs
Okay.
that he gets them to jump on you. They beat up Sam Snead. There's many crazy stories where they did messed up things. Where, you know, one guy came in to the Canon studios and was like, I can rap. They're like, all right, spit a verse. If you're whack, you know, we're gonna jump you. We're gonna throw you in the pool and we're gonna jump you and throw you in the pool. But if you're good, you get a record deal. This is their dog. I think the guy said, yo, and we just because for them it was banter.
No. See,
Right.
you telling me that guy's sensible?
That was Nate Dogg though. No, yep.
Wait, Nate Dogg was involved in
when
this.
I say Suge was set, what you see with Suge, yeah, the bullshit was always with you know where the bullshit belongs.
Yeah.
So he's not stupid in the sense where he was going around just intimidating people.
He wasn't in
that
Beverly
sense.
Hills doing that, like just walking.
Right.
Right.
It was always where the bullshit. So he would be in the club having out with the BMF people and Wolf, who was Diddy's bodyguard. That's where he gets into silly scraps. Listen, one guy said, Jelly Boy said, one time he went to the club in New York. Suge went upstairs. Said he went to follow Suge to see what he was doing. He said him and Puffy were going at it
Wow.
in the club. But here's the thing: they're in New York, and Puffy has his people with him.
Wow.
And Suge doesn't have enough people with him. So Suge will, you know, I ain't scared no busters. He'll do his little, Puffy will be like, you know, say his piece and they'll split ways because he's got the numbers. So don't, listen, when people tell these stories, yeah, they make it sound like motherfuckers just walking into hoods, saying, where your leader at, and knocking him out. Nah.
But to be honest, yeah, even with everything you've just said, if Suge is in the room, the same room as me, yeah, I am not counting on Suge to be the voice of reason or to be a logical function in this room. I'm like, if I expect any random madness to pop off, that's the guy that I don't.
And that's the
I don't need
funniest
him.
thing. I would expect that more from other people on death row.
Nah.
Tupac was more out of control than Suge. Tupac that came out of a court case started spitting at reporters.
Yes, but like, I'll take Tupac spitting at me over Suge being upset with me.
Okay, would you take? What about Tupac being upset with you?
Tupac being upset with me,
Yeah.
I'd be all right.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you seen Pac upset? Have you heard the stories when Pac's upset?
What did Pac do, man? Go on, tell us. What did Pac do?
Well, he beat up the Hughes brothers. Went to jail for that. He ran up to the Hughes brothers and beat one of them up.
Do you know what? Yeah, if that's what he did, I'll still take that.
Why?
Because Suge doesn't fight fair.
But again,
Suge
have
is
you ever
running
seen Suge
niggas
fight?
over in broad
Have you
daylight,
seen Suge
bro.
fight before? Name a time you've seen Suge fight.
No, that's the thing. I'm not scared
You know
of
what
Suge
it is?
fighting me. I'm scared of
I
the
feel
pyros
like,
that
I feel
he
like
rolls
the
with
story, okay,
running
that's
up on me.
That's different.
But that's what I'm talking about.
But that could happen with Stormzy, bruv. You ain't stepping to none of them man like that. They've all got gang pyros around them.
I know.
And so that's what I'm trying to get at. Suge himself is not the guy. You think Suge's fighting?
I think
He's
must
got jailbirds out ready to jump on your forehead.
But that's my point, though. Like, I'm more scared of the guy who's not fighting me.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't like me, he can end my whole existence because he's got people that are ready to kill for him.
Yeah.
If Tupac's angry and he spits at me or he comes and punches me up,
have you not seen the Machiavelli video where they're doing they did Made Niggas, and there's a clip where Tupac calls the Outlaws and they beat some guy up. He's done that. Like, he does that all the time. Napoleon talks about the stories all the time where it's like Pac called for the Outlaws and we just stepped in them and did what we had to do.
wow.
Yeah, they were all ignorant like that.
I mean, okay, yeah, fair enough. But I'm more scared of the dude who doesn't fight than the guy who does fight.
I mean, I think
if you
people
get emotional and you fight with me,
I think
I
people
feel like we're
over
cool.
exaggerate Suge's scary persona.
You think so?
Yeah, it's like Debo.
Okay,
On
I
Friday.
hear that.
He's Debo on Friday. And because people, it's like Parks on the track. My attitude was fuck it because motherfuckers love it.
So if you had a chance to meet Suge, would you meet him?
Hell yeah. Do you know how many?
I'd just skip
do you know how
out.
much good he did for people?
Yeah, but come on, man. Nino Brown was passing out turkeys at Thanksgiving,
so
bro.
did you not eat the turkey?
No.
I'm
Nah,
saying,
nigga.
did they not eat the turkey?
They did, but
So,
I
okay,
mean,
your government,
with all of this
what?
stuff,
your
I am
government
not
hands
taking.
out what and then does what around the world. You take that and sleep.
Bro, I'm telling you, yeah. At least with those guys,
You can justify it.
bro, with the government, I only deal with them as much as I have to. And seriously, the same with hood dudes. I would only deal with a gangster like that as much as I have to.
Of course.
I would not, if like someone's like, oh, Suge's in the next room, do you want to go meet him? I'd be like, no, thank you.
That's you though. Why would you not want to meet Suge Knight? What's he gonna do to you? Beat you
Bro,
up?
that's the thing. I don't
What do you mean
want
he's
to
gonna beat
find
you up?
out.
But here's the funny thing: you'd want to meet Suge Knight, but would you want to meet DMX?
Yeah, I'd want to.
But what's the difference between DMX and Suge Knight?
The DMX praise on his album.
Suge Knight, Danny Boy said, yeah, the plane was going down one time. They were coming back from Mexico shooting his video.
Yeah.
He said the plane was going down. He said the plane was on fire. He said the lawyer was like, land this motherfucker now. He said Suge Knight took out a cigar, put his arm around and said, it's going to be all right, and prayed. He said they prayed.
That's a
and
cold
the plane
one.
landed.
That's a
So
cold dude.
if you're talking about prayer, Suge prays. They will
Look
tell
here.
you that he prays. But what I'm saying is, don't let the public. Same as Park. He was like the public persona. People really think I'm that person, and that's how they come at me. And so that's why we clash, because people don't come at me as they come at what they heard in the news, and so we clash. But if you come at me as a person, I believe Suge has the ability to reason, be kind, be compassionate, and be an arsehole. I believe he's all of those things. I don't believe I'm gonna meet Suge Knight. He's gonna be like this death row nigga till I die. I'm be like, you really this nigga?
No, I don't. That's the thing. If he did that, I wouldn't even be scared. The thing I'm scared of, the thing that I would be scared of genuinely, is that you meet Suge Knight and it's all good. You're all chilling. But you say something off. You say something off. You're trying to joke with him or something like that. You say something
The
off.
first time you met him.
You get too comfortable. You say something off and he still just laughs with you like, it's all right, man. Just go wait outside. And the dudes outside have already got the signal that you are over.
Fair enough.
For me, that's what I'm worried about. I don't want to be
Why
there.
would you say something off to someone you just met? But
Bro, I do that all the time, bro. It's called awkward interactions, bro. You meet somebody, you don't know what's going to offend them. You make a joke.
Why?
Bro, come on, man. You telling me you've
Wait,
never
wait.
offended somebody with a joke?
That I've just met.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you might be a bit more on your best behavior the first time you meet somebody.
Yeah, I've just met
But
them.
if you're trying to build a rapport with somebody, it's very
Right.
easy to say something that you didn't know was a sore spot for them or you didn't know would offend them, but it did. I don't want to find out, basically. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I think
When it comes to sugar, I could just make
think there's
one
a
little
level
comment.
of hypochondria in there. Like you really like created a boogeyman. Like, I don't want to. I might sip a tea, and then he starts pulling out a knife. It's like, pop, 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 pop. It's like,
Nah,
my nigga.
no.
What I'm saying to you is this: if you had to do a business deal with Suge Knight, I think
Yeah.
you'd be okay. Is what I'm trying to say. I don't think you have to worry about swimming with the fish. You know the Vanilla Ice story about him hanging off the balcony?
Yeah,
Not true.
fine. That's the thing.
It just works.
That's the thing. Yeah, and part of this is going to be due to, I don't know whether all the stories I've heard are true and so on. But every time I've seen a depiction of this dude, I've kind of got the sense that, you know what, I'm not scared of people that are loud and angry and whatnot. Those are not who I'm scared of. I'm scared of people who are quiet. I'm scared of the people that seem jovial and do terrible things. People who joke about killing people. People who laugh and dance at the idea of killing people. Like, that scares me way more than you being like, I'm hard, I'm going to shoot
But that
you,
is Suge Knight.
blah, blah,
though.
blah.
That Suge Knight was an intimidating figure.
But he was intimidating because he was, most of the time, he wasn't really the one fighting.
No, he was intimidating because he was in control. He was in charge. Hold on.
Yeah.
If you're a mob boss, you don't fight.
I know, that's why
Right.
I'm
And that's
more
why people
scared
were
of
scared
mob
of
bosses
him.
than mobsters.
Mobsters. So you're more scared of you're not scared of John Gotti, who was the hitman for the mobsters.
Hitman, yes.
I was scared of him.
I'm talking about
I'm more scared of John Gotti than I am of Suge Knight. I'll tell you that. 'Cause you know why? Because John Gotti has done it. John Gotti has done it. Suge's never killed no one.
Suge never killed no
Apart from
one.
the last guy that he ran over. But Suge had never killed anyone prior to that.
How do you, bro?
I can
this is
tell
the
you
thing,
now.
bro.
I can
You
tell
are-
you now. I
You're
can tell
definitely
you
the
now.
Defro's
I
legal
can tell
team,
you
bro.
now. They're not killers. They might know people that have killed. They definitely do. Tupac knows people that have killed people, but he's not a killer. He's never killed no one before.
Okay, but if I'm talking, when I say killed somebody, I mean like
Suge
ordered
never
the
shot
hit.
someone. Again, you're fantasizing now.
You think that's the fantasy?
You don't think Tupac? When Tupac said, "What's it called? I'm out for revenge of bitch niggas that blast him." What do you think that is?
I don't believe Tupac.
Right.
For that. I don't
So
believe
here's the
him
thing.
for
You
that.
don't believe because you think it's art.
Yeah,
But
but
you
Suge,
don't
I
think he
believe
was
it,
riding.
bro.
You don't think he was. You don't think they wanted. When Tupac died, people got killed. There was a beef. A lot of people got killed over
Okay.
Tupac's death, over retaliation and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah. So he has that.
yeah, but
So I'm saying it's not far from.
But
if
he
you
also
hit
made Dear
DMX,
Mama, so
if
like-
you hit right, but if you hit DMX
Yeah.
or any of those rappers, there's a level of retaliation involved. They just won't say nothing. You don't think they've
Yeah.
got cousins who like this? Who hit you up? I got you, baby.
yeah, but that's a different thing, bro.
That's Suge.
No, my thing is, okay, fair enough, but you also have to realize the persona of Suge, because
Yes.
I can't claim to know Suge.
Yes.
And to be honest, even what you're telling me, you've heard it from someone else. You didn't meet Suge,
I've
right?
met it. I've heard it from his children, from people that lived from
These
around
children are
Suge.
gonna tell you a story.
No, but here's the
people
thing,
that did
Ola.
business with him are gonna
You
tell
know
you
what?
a
You know
story.
why? You know why
The
though?
people that
Because
cleaned
it's
his
so
office will tell you a
easy.
story.
It's so easy to build, to live off of a reputation that you see in the media,
Yeah.
and that's what we do to a lot of these people.
Okay.
And what I'm saying to you is, Suge is not necessarily all of those things. He's not actually the scary person that we think he is.
That's
It's
the
just
thing.
that an image.
How do we know?
Because again, okay, I ask you, who has he killed?
Look here.
Right, but you're just afraid he has killed someone. You're afraid he's ordered a hit. This is also okay. Do you think Oprah's ordered a hit before?
Possibly.
Right. Are you scared of Oprah?
No.
Exactly. But who would you rather fuck with, Oprah or Suge Knight?
Fuck with as in like do business with or like.
No, as
mess
in
up-
fuck with, as in piss off. Who would you rather piss off, Oprah or Suge Knight?
Oh wow.
See? Now you're getting to what I'm real about, real gangster. Because you know who I'm scared of.
Nah, I piss off. I piss off Oprah.
I'd piss off Suge Knight.
Oprah's got more to lose.
I'd piss off Suge Knight. You see
No.
when Snoop called...
Suge Knight could run
you see when
someone over in
Snoop-
broad
no. You
daylight.
see when Snoop called...
That's not his
you
first time
see
doing
when
something
Snoop
like that.
called Gail Clark a dog-headed bitch. Do
Yeah.
you see what happened after that?
Yeah, like he was back. He was
Apologizing.
apologizing.
He's been cussing Suge. He cussed Suge for a good period. He never apologized. Ever. Daz and then we're cussing Suge, saying I body slam Suge and this and that. Never apologized.
That's a different world.
because
bro.
it's different gangsters.
Yeah, I know it's a different kind of gangster.
Oprah's the kind of woman
But
that
I-
Oprah's the kind of gangster that can end your life.
Yeah, but
and not even kill you.
But that's the kind of one that you can go on Red Table Talk and do apologies for. Like,
yes,
you know
have to
saying?
beg.
Like,
You have to kiss the ring.
you have to kiss the ring, but
Yeah.
there's at least an order to it.
Yeah.
Bruv, I don't know. This is the thing.
You're saying Suge, you're in the 6 feet deep.
With Suge, I don't know what these consequences are. This nigga is judge, jury, and executioner. So,
Again, here's the thing: is I understand what you're saying, but you're going off an image.
100%, and stories, and the fact he's in jail,
right? And you're
all of that
saying
stuff. Yeah,
that about Suge, but
Yeah.
again, if you look at Diddy, no different. It's just that he
I would.
dances,
To be honest, yeah, I probably wouldn't mess with Diddy either.
right?
Yeah.
But he's not scary though.
Diddy's scary to me.
No, he's not.
No, to me, when I look at Diddy,
because you heard the stories.
yeah, like if I saw Diddy in a club,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have a problem with him in the club. But if I was gonna go and like get involved with Diddy in any way, I would back out.
What do you
I'd
mean,
back
like
out.
business?
Like business or working with him, working near him, working for him, I would avoid that.
Why?
I don't see him to be somebody who cares much for those who are around him.
I
If
think
their
that's
interests
harsh.
ever cross his.
But who is that? Who is that person in business? Who?
I mean, to be honest, I
There's
can't
no-
I can't
there's no-
positively say this person is someone I want to
Right.
work with. But if I see
What I'm
the
saying to
kind
you,
of traits
Diddy,
I've seen in Diddy,
if
I
Diddy
would,
says to
I
you,
would-
no, but
I
here's
would
the
skip.
thing though, Oloye. If Diddy wants to fund a project with you,
Yeah.
right? What's the issue? What are you afraid of? Because everybody talks about,
Yeah.
why didn't Diddy do this for this person, that person, that person, that person,
Yeah.
that person, right?
Mhm.
Diddy's not their dad. He's
True.
not their brother.
Yeah.
He's not related to them.
True.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Okay? I have a record label. You want to make money.
Yeah.
So you want to sing your talent.
Yeah.
I have the means to distribute your music, put you on tour, and make you a star.
Yeah.
Did he deliver all those things?
To a certain extent.
No. He delivered on every single one.
No, not all of them became
Who?
stars.
Ooh.
Flipping Craig Mack's not a star.
Huh? Of course, he's a hip hop legend.
He's not a star.
He was a star. He was a star then. He might not be now, but then he was.
Black
Black-
Rob wasn't a star. These guys weren't
Black
stars.
Rob wasn't a star, but Black Rob had an album. He made music and he went on tour. He had a hit with Whoa.
Yes.
What more do you want from Diddy?
To get your fair financial share of.
How do you know?
the
But what
money
do you know his financial share was? Did you see the agreement he signed?
No, I didn't.
Right.
But
So
I
how
thi-
do you know he didn't get his fair financial share?
I think the general.
The general gist, but none of you've seen these contracts and none of you know the discussions between
Why
them.
are you backing these guys so much? Like that's
Because-
what I want to get
because
into the
don't
root
be
of.
naive.
Why
Do
are you
not be
on the legal
naive.
team for
Here's
Bad
the
Boy and
thing,
Death Row?
Here's the thing: when you sign with these people, don't
Yeah.
look at friendship. Don't think because we're from the same hood, you're gonna do right by me. Remember this: he doesn't own the label or the money that's distributing your music. Interscope owned Death Row, and Bad Boy was owned by Arista Records.
Okay.
So they're the parent company.
Yeah.
So whenever Diddy wants to make an album and he needs 20 million to fund that album,
Yeah.
it's coming from them.
Yeah.
So they're gonna recoup their money.
Yeah.
He's gonna get paid, and then you get paid.
Yeah.
That's the agreement.
But when my guy is putting his cars in your video and
Yeah.
then charging you for
Yeah.
his cars,
Yeah.
yo,
Hold
isn't
on,
that
hold on.
predatory?
What's wrong with that?
Isn't that
What's wrong?
predatory?
No. How are you gonna get the car in the video? Can you afford it?
Maybe you don't need a car in the video.
If Diddy's in your video, people watch it more. Am I lying?
Yeah, come on.
Ola,
Look,
use
yeah.
your Ola. If you're
Charging
going
your
into
eyes,
business, Ola,
charging
if
your
you're going
eyes
into
appearance
business,
fee,
if you're-
it's cold. It's cold high.
Oh, here's the thing, yeah. If you don't pay me the appearance fee, we're gonna have to pay to somebody else. Diddy was the biggest star in the planet. You want him in your video? Well, because we're on the same label, I shouldn't get paid. You're going on that. That's down to if you want to be a nice person. But just because you don't do it doesn't make you it makes you a businessman. You let them know this is business. Because here's the thing. These same people asked to come and sing at your birthday. They want money. They want money.
But bro, I mean, here's the thing, right? I get you 100%, and I'm somebody who's very clear on business. But I also think that there is a sense to which everyone has to develop their own code of business ethics. Clearly, mine does not match with Diddy's or even yours right now. But I do believe that if, let's say, I am signing with somebody who's going to manage my career or whatever it is, into that agreement, there's usually a clause in there that says that I will do all within good faith to promote your
There's
career.
no clause. There's no clause like that.
There is.
Show me the clause.
In my management.
Yeah, but that's your management. You don't sign out artists. You don't sign musicians. So there's not usually a clause in that. So what I'm saying is,
No, but I'm saying
when
in
they
terms of what I've
signed those
experienced,
records,
what I've
when they
experienced
saw-
from my from signing with agencies,
okay,
is that in my contract
right,
the what's listed under their required duties is to, in good faith, do what they can, do all within their power to promote my career. The idea being that I can't sign with an agency and then basically they start bad mouthing me around and destroy my career, whatever. That would be a breach of contract. Or, you know, the idea being, that's the letter of it. Now the spirit of it is, if let's say, for example, my agent wants to come and see my show just to check that everything's going to be okay before I go to Edinburgh or whatever, I would then be shocked if she sends me a bill for showing up to check on my show, because part of your responsibility and duties is to make sure that you're doing everything you can to promote me. That's not the same as Diddy
being in a music video, though.
I think it's similar.
No, it's not, because you're like you said, to get ready for Edinburgh.
Yeah.
This is a music video to sell to the world, to sell your album, so you get record sales. So me being in that video is going to boost that sale. To get Diddy, I say he charged him 20 grand or something like that. That's mates rates, because somebody else from another label will not get Diddy for 20 grand in their video.
Fair play.
SWV said they spent majority of their budget for Diddy to produce one song. You know why they did that? Because they know that song would hit and it will sell the album. It's not about, you can't get, Timberland can't call Pharrell to come and do a beat for him, and that's his cousin. You understand? Michelle can't
Timberland and Pharrell cousins.
Yeah, Michelle can't
What's
call.
What's going on?
Right. Michelle can't call Beyonce and say, "Yo, I just wrote this song. Come and sing the hook for me." Because
are you serious?
How?
Michelle should be able to call Beyonce.
How?
Come on.
Because you don't understand. When Kelly Rowland, if Kelly Rowland,
you mean when Michelle dropped that gospel song, that when Jesus says yes,
Michelle dropped a gospel song like that.
Yeah, and she had Beyonce and Kelly in it.
Yeah, they got paid.
I'm sure they got paid.
So why didn't they do it for free?
No.
In the name of the spirit of the gospel.
No. Here's the thing. Here's that's a different thing, right? You would make sure that everyone's gonna make money from this, right? So you'd be fine.
Yeah.
Cool. But what I'm talking about here is when you are in a manager relationship with the artist, and it's like, I'm showing up in your video to help promote your song so that you can sell your album. So you can make money, if I'm gonna then charge you for that, and then I'm gonna tell you also you need cars in this video, and then you now find out it's my cars and you're paying me, then after a while I'm gonna be like, hold on a second, I'm paying you a manager's fee. What do I get for that?
So you get to go on tour and you get this music video that cost about what? I don't know, 100 grand. Can you pay that yourself?
No, but the whole point is you need to, the advance is something you have to pay back already, but you pay a manager's fee. So even when you get your advance, even if your manager is your producer as well, you have to pay them as
I don't know if he's their manager though. He's just signed to their label. They probably have managers.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that, like, he
just gets exec producer credits and stuff like that, and he gets the producers.
Yeah. So,
bro, the money they put into that music is nothing compared to what he's put into the album. It's nothing. He's getting them the best producers. You're getting the best written songs. Why you're getting your album out?
Why is there this sort of because bad boy
people see them struggling and put it on Diddy. Because
do you think it was them they were spending money?
You're responsible for your own journey. You're responsible for your own. But the only reason Diddy's success was because he was responsible for himself. Why do you think Suge's in jail? Because he drove it into the ground. Ain't nobody else's fault. He had a $200 million company, but he decided to be thug, so he drove it to the ground. Diddy didn't do that. He's a businessman.
He drove that.
Yeah, Diddy's a businessman. Diddy saw what he needed to do. Jay-Z parted with Dame Dash because he realized this is not the route I want to go. Because that's what business is. So if you're mad at the person that brought you in, what did you think was going to happen? You're going to be a millionaire for life? Hey, I've seen labels. You're talking about Diddy. When Maxwell brought his album, they shelved it. The label shelved it. I'm saying there's no space for this. But he starts to stay with that label because he signed for God knows how long. And they're shelving your music. You can't sing nowhere. You can't do nothing. You're fighting with them. Next thing you know, D'Angelo drops his, that whole soul album. What did the label do? Maxwell! You know what? They put his album out and he went platinum.
But you do a lot of research into the music.
Because not even music, just do a lot of research into being an artist and what you expect from the people that give you money.
Yeah.
Remember, everybody overshows what they earn because they want to draw you in.
Yes.
If they tell you the real deal behind this thing, they're hustling, bro.
Well, we get a few glimpses of these stories. I've seen a show about like how artists ended up, not where one would expect them to be, and I specifically remember the TLC one because I remember that they their one was cold because they were like the highest selling.
They sold so many albums.
Yeah, they
and
sold
250
ridiculously.
grand. Yeah.
And yet they, by the end of it, they had
But
barely
what
anything
did they
to show
do?
for it.
What did they do? Barely anything to show for it.
I mean, to show for
What
the
did
amount of
they
sales
do?
that they did.
The sales. But what did they do? Who wrote the music? Who produced the music? Who did the costumes? Who put the band together? You understand? You got paid for your part in this machine. You understand?
Yeah.
You didn't write the music. You didn't even you didn't even come up with the name. They auditioned TLC. So you ain't even singing from a church group. They put you together because you're the group they wanted to push. You're owned by them. You're baked beans. Anyone can be you.
So like when they try and do all these whack ass pushes for like fair trade chocolate, because previously Europeans go to Ghana or whatever it is, get the cocoa and kind of like
kill the people,
strong arm these guys into basically giving it to them at small amounts, or like buy them all up and make them all work for nothing. And then basically the idea is then they add this huge markup once they turn the cocoa into chocolate and make the large majority of the profits there. So there's a whole push on it, and then they start putting out fair trade. The idea is, and Kit Kat joins in as well, and like we're doing fair trade chocolate as well. So the idea is that these guys are paid a fair market amount for their cocoa, and basically everyone makes a fair cut of this, right?
Right.
In that situation, are you saying that they shouldn't have done any fair trade approach, and they just said to those cocoa farmers, that's on you. This is business. If you can't put together a good deal, that's on you. Or do you feel like they should have put together something like fair trade to kind of force these corporations to pay a fair price?
I don't think the corporations do pay a fair price.
That's arguable. Do you think they should be forced to pay more?
I don't care.
Wow.
I don't care. You're only gonna say it from your position of defense. If I own a corporation, I don't think I should pay more. If I don't know a corporation, I can bitch and moan and say, yeah, they should pay more. It's up to you.
I know Ghana have banned exports of chocolate, of cocoa. No Swiss companies are allowed to buy up their cocoa anymore. They have to produce the chocolate in Ghana, and then they can export the chocolate. But they can't take the cocoa and then basically go and make Swiss chocolate and talk about how Swiss make the best chocolate and blah blah blah. But they ain't got no damn cocoa over there. So, him stepping in and doing that is a way to try and protect the market, make sure that the majority of the value creation is done in his country. And so, in many ways,
do Ghana make chocolate though?
We're saying that's the point, that Ghana needs to start making chocolate.
But that's it. Yeah. Why don't they make chocolate?
Previously, because the whole point has been that if the
That's
whole
the
point
thing,
is
you're fighting.
asking why Ghana doesn't make chocolate is like asking why these rappers aren't just independent. Yeah, technically, you could go out there and try and distribute your own record and so on. But the whole point is, we all know how the market goes. You're up against entire machines. 1 or 2 people get through every year on the independent thing. But from the vast majority of people, if you want a way in, you're going to have to go with those who already hold the power.
Not in Ghana, though.
Well, if you want access to global chocolate distribution markets.
But not in Ghana, though.
What do you mean in Ghana?
If you want to distribute chocolate in Ghana, you don't have to.
Oh, just in Ghana alone?
And around Africa. You don't have to
Yeah, but I mean, the market for chocolate, the biggest market for chocolate is not really going to be in the
Ghana,
local markets.
So then, okay, but who's buying? So why do Africans buy their chocolate from?
Africans don't buy chocolate at the same rate, though.
But where do they buy it from if they do buy chocolate? Where do we get our chocolate from?
I mean, I'm guessing some of it is re-imported, but some of it's produced locally.
Where do we get the chocolate from? What brands of chocolate in Africa do we have that goes round to Africans? Because here's my point.
That's a good point.
Until
what's the main
you see the value in yourselves, no one else will. That's it.
True, I agree.
Until you see the value in yourselves, Switzerland see the value in your chocolate to the point where they're going to take it, repackage it, and just sell it to themselves. Because guess what the consumer doesn't care about? Where the fuck the chocolate comes from.
Yeah, but the whole
Look at it like this. Everybody's talking about a Jamaican carried England to the Euro finals and praising England and calling Jamaica sterling. But what do England understand? We don't care who carries this, scores the goals. At the end of the day, they're going to say what? England won the Euros.
Yeah.
And that's been their module from the beginning of time.
Yeah.
They see the value in that.
Yeah.
We don't. We don't see the value in ourselves.
I agree on that.
You understand?
100%.
So the idea that we're so happy. In fact, we're happier to buy Swiss chocolate than to buy any chocolate made in Africa.
Yeah.
Until you deal with that ideology, you can ban everything from the West. Until you turn our minds to understanding that it should always be the home value.
Yeah.
Swiss chocolate. I went to Switzerland. There was no Burger King. They said they just recently got Burger King. This is me. You just recently got Burger King. They're like, yeah, we want to encourage people to buy Swiss products.
Yeah.
So they buy their cheese. They have their own McDonald's. They have their own version of all those things.
Yeah.
Same in China. You can't get Facebook and stuff like that in their country.
Yeah.
They don't covet what the
So you
West
think
has.
that banning Twitter in Nigeria was a good move?
No, it was a stupid move because the reason for banning Twitter in Nigeria was not motivated of anything other than your stupidity.
Well, they said that it's a good opportunity for a Nigerian startup to build an app.
Nigeria can't even get light going. What's the point in building a Twitter?
Let's not go down
And
that
that's
road
what
again,
I love
bruv.
about Nigerians. Always jumping the gun. This would be a good opportunity to start our own app. What the fuck you need an app for?
Relax.
It just pisses me off, man. It's just annoying, man.
I mean, the whole point
Just
there.
annoying.
The whole point there. What I'm trying to get at is, for these artists, right? For them to, it's not just enough for them to believe in their source. If they want to get where they're going, most of the time, they have to either roll the dice and kind of do the hard slog of being independent, or they need to join the machine.
Yep.
Right? And the ones who do go independent, one or two of them make it, and that's great. But the vast majority of them just go under that label of being
But you
an
don't
unsigned
have
rapper.
the issue. But you don't go through the struggle of being on the label and then getting dropped and chasing your whole life doing reality TV shows and trying to live off of your name and having to do the songs you don't want to do again at 50. There's always a struggle each way.
Yeah, there is a struggle each way.
So there's casualties on each side. It depends on what casualty you want to be. Because here's the thing: every artist that Diddy signed, what did he do? He gave them the opportunity to have a home, to buy cars, to have a house, to do to have a career. What you choose to do with that is up to you. If you decide to live like Diddy was living, it's ridiculous how they put their lips on us. That's not his fault.
So what happened to the dudes, to the people that he did making the band with? What happened to them bands?
Well, I understand. Let me ask you this. This is the better question. What did you expect to happen?
I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know. Like, I guess I kind of.
The question is, what did you expect to happen?
You know, like every year when they do X Factor, is almost guaranteed. Every once in a while they get beaten. It's almost guaranteed. You win X Factor, you get Christmas #1. Okay. Almost, right? Okay. So you get a hit record, and then like everyone jumps around it. I was kind of expecting that at least we'd have a making the band banger that we're all like, oh man, this came out of.
But it didn't happen though. Whose fault is that?
I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. Like this,
I'm saying it didn't happen.
I'm not blaming Diddy for that part that they don't have a hit. Right. But I'm saying that like.
But the value was in the popularity of making a band, not their music. It's like
the whole point was that
the
concept of the show was to make the band.
Yeah, to make a band, not make good music. It's to make a band. Otherwise, it was called making good music, which happens in a studio with good artists. Making a band happens on TV, where did he send someone to Cheesesteak to go to Brooklyn to buy him cheese just to show that you have to sacrifice sometimes. That's the show. You understand the difference?
I'm gonna need breast milk from a Cambodian immigrant,
just so you can flex your thingy. I remember I was watching one of them Jermaine Dupri ones where they, again, some of them making the band shows where they play your desperation. Yeah. Because they know you want to be on TV and you want to make it. I would advise anybody.
I think the producers even tell them like, be more desperate.
Be more, yeah.
And be more enthusiastic.
Another thing is this. Ask your role models. Ask the people that you grew up listening to. How many times they had to do any of this shit? And they'll tell you never, because we were busy making music. Yeah. Now, he was in the bar and this girl was performing. And they started getting the bartenders to be making noise and jiggling things. Basically just making a whole bunch of distractions with the lesson of you have to keep going. You never know what could be happening in the show. Yeah. And I just thought to myself, the fuck is going on here?
But it's real. How many times you done your set and all of a sudden someone starts ordering a daiquiri and now they put the blender on at the bar in the comedy club. Like you've had that and you had to get through it. So they're just showing them like this is kind of what happens when you are performing live. Like some venues they're gonna be distractions.
Oh really?
Yeah.
How many distractions happen when Jay-Z's on or Michael Jackson's on stage?
Of course, when you get to that level, come on now.
Exactly. When you get to that level.
Yeah,
my point is
you don't think when Jay-Z started performing that, when he was pulling up outside the projects and opening up the boot and playing his music, trying to sell his stuff out the car.
Is this.
Don't you think those distractions?
My point is, all of those things were to push a TV show. you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just none of
But
that
I think
shit
that
is
one's
organic.
I think that's a reasonable lesson to learn.
It is. It probably is. Anything can happen at a show, but as a human being, that's the standard. It's like saying, you know, you better wear a coat because it might rain today.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like you have those instincts anyway. But he was doing like on some CEO, I'm teaching you some gems out here. These motherfuckers are never gonna sign you.
Bro, I think you're in a very privileged position because you have, good over a decade of performing live on stage. So all of these things are, they're second nature.
No, but what
to
I
you.
mean is none of that had anything to do with making music. None of that had anything to do with making music. That's when you said to what happened to making in the band. Nothing they had in those things had to do anything with making music. Because if it was what their motive was, guess what they'll be doing?
Yeah, they've been making music.
Right.
I mean,
But what
to be
they were
honest,
doing was doing a TV show.
I do often say that, like, when you look at some of these competitions, I ask myself if some of the people that we acknowledge as the greats, if they went on this show, would they have gone through? And
right.
And that, I think, is the biggest eye opener because, like, if Richard Pryor went on So Do You Think You're Funny or whatever,
right?
Like, would he have won?
Right?
Maybe not.
No.
And
here's another thing: if you watch like a Britain's Got Talent, for instance,
the
judges are more important than you.
In some way,
That's what the show's about. It's about Simon Cowell, the other guy, and Alicia Dixon. It's about what they say. Are they going to give you a gold buzzer? It's about Anton Deck.
Other guy.
I can't remember his name. I can't remember his name.
David Williams, Louis Walsh?
Yeah. Oh, the one from I don't even know who he is now. But that's Britain's Got Talent.
Yeah, I think they're all on that. David Williams is the one from Little Britain.
I meant him.
Okay.
So it's all about them. Same thing as X Factor. It's about the judges.
Yeah.
We like that whole format.
Louis Walsh is X Factor.
It's about Louis was X Factor. It's about that whole show.
Yeah.
And so yes, you might go on and have a talent.
Amanda Holden.
And once you're done for that year, we're building towards the next year. And who do they bring back? The same judges. Because that's what the show's about. But here's the thing: do you think? What you think? You think the judges are sitting there thinking, we're watching some of the best talent in the country right now? You think that's what they're thinking? No,
I don't know. Maybe, man.
No,
I mean,
but the audience do. The audience
Yeah.
will say to you, "Why don't you go on Britain's Got Talent?"
Yeah.
And then you just like, because I don't need to go on Britain's. I don't need to Simon Cowell to give me a gold star. I don't need that. I get gold stars damn near every night.
Yeah, true. But if you look at somebody like Nabil, he, is somebody that did.
I'm not talking from the performing aspect. I'm talking from if you ask what happened to this person on that.
Yeah.
You have to understand where they went.
Yeah.
If you go on Britain's Got Talent and you did well, and then 5 years later, like, well, what happened? You did Look at the show you went on.
Yeah. Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah. I feel you on that.
Like, making a band, you can't expect to say, I didn't have Boyz II Men records because you didn't do what Boyz II Men did.
Yeah. I get that.
Do you know what I'm saying?
You're right.
So when they blame Diddy for certain things, it's like, for me, it's just like, what did you think was going to happen here? When you signed with Bad Boy Records, what you thought it was platinum records, platinum sales, baby. It's difficult.
Yeah. Because to be fair, I often ask myself, I don't know any of Diddy's kids' songs. He's got sons that rap, so it's like.
I mean, you know why though? Because they can't sell records.
That's my point.
You know why they can't sell records?
If it was that much of a given, like,
yeah,
his kids would be
but
stars.
he knows why. They're his kids, number one.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have to do what Will Smith kids and all those rich people antics, reality TV shows. Because
he did bring them out at the Bad Boy reunion,
right, which is fine.
I
and
saw
also,
them in
if you look
Boston.
at for instance, Method Man, Redman, Snoop, they all have children. None of them rap.
Yeah, but like, come on, man. Like, let's not forget the fact that when Master P was putting people on, Romeo was on. Romeo Miller was on. So it's like you can actually make your
But
child.
He can't rap though.
He can rap, but he had a couple songs though. My guy was doing all right.
Name the song.
No, I thought that the songs
No.
are
You said
good.
they had a couple songs. Name the
He
song.
had a couple songs.
Yeah, so did Rev Run's children. What I was trying to say, so did Ice Cube's son. What I was trying to say was the reason why they can't sell records is because
no one cares about them.
it's not even that. It's the come up is it doesn't match what hip hop is about. So you can't say Diddy's son, I grew up in the hood. No, you didn't. So when you call me prep school rhymes, it's like
You saw the mansion you grew up in,
it's
bro.
like So you don't.
Has any rapper actually managed to
it's not the same, man.
have a successful?
Not if you want to do real raps. Not if you hip hop is pure. It's pure, man. It's your situation. It's your life.
Jaden Smith is probably the closest
To having a but again,
career.
fortunately for them, their dad wasn't hardcore rap.
Yeah,
Their dad wasn't,
it wasn't like came from
the gutter rap. It was more party rap.
Yeah,
so they can. That's easier to follow.
Yeah,
as opposed to your DMX's son or your Snoop's son.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's
Not
difficult to
one
sell.
of them. Yeah.
Snoop's son does modeling. His daughter goes. His first son, went to school. He's,
Yeah, I know that.
they've got different stuff.
They have kids that do
Yeah,
stuff.
they all start. Biggie's son children don't rap.
But I'm surprised that not one of them has a son that's like, killing the game after them or something. Because you get that in acting, you get that in comedy,
in music.
you get it in boxing even.
Getting singing.
You get in singing.
To be fair, in boxing it's a bit.
I mean, just Layla Ali is my only example of this, by the way. That she had a career after Muhammad Ali, and that's.
I mean, with boxing, you're never as good as your dad, though.
Well, I mean, come on now. It's Layla
if your dad
Ali.
was
You
good,
can't really compare Layla Ali to.
If your dad, I'm not even saying that. I mean, even in men, I don't know.
Casper Schmeichel is a decent keeper.
Very good goalkeeper.
Amazing.
Very good goalkeeper. Very, very good goalkeeper. He's a very good goalkeeper. It's very rare that you. But again, he's a good goalkeeper, but he's not as good as his dad was.
You don't think so?
Nah. No, his dad was a fucking Champions League winner, Premier League winner.
Okay, those accolades he doesn't have. Fair enough.
He won the Euros.
In terms of like pure ability, watching Peter Schmeichel, watching Casper.
Pure ability, hell no, he's not even close.
Wow.
Not even close.
Maybe I've forgotten how good Peter was.
Yeah, you have. Peter Schmeichel's not even top 10 goalkeepers playing today.
I mean, Casper's not.
Yeah. 10. He's never been top 10. The biggest club he's played was Leicester.
Yeah, I'm not judging it based on the clubs.
I'm afraid.
But that's like
Courtois, there's De Gea.
That's like judging a rapper based on which label they're on, man.
No.
I'm just talking about like watch them play.
It's different. If you watch Kasper Schmeichel play, you can say he's a top goalkeeper.
Yeah.
But he is still playing for Leicester. Yes, he's a top goalkeeper.
Yeah.
But the highest club he's ever played for was Leicester. There's levels to it.
Okay.
So you can't compare a goalkeeper who plays for Man United or Manchester City as the same level. Although Kasper Schmeichel can play for those clubs.
Yeah.
But when I put it into context of the best goalkeepers in the world, they're playing at the highest clubs. And this is a high club. But I do think Kasper Schmeichel can play for a bigger club.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying in that sense is, for me to say he's better than his dad, they have to play for a better club.
I didn't want to say
club.
better than, but I feel like they're in the league. It's not like, oh, you're not going to be as good as your dad. Like, I feel like he could play just as well as his dad.
He can play just as well as his dad, but if we're talking of the greatest goalkeepers of all time, his dad will get mentioned. He won't.
Fair play. But that's because there's a whole bunch of stuff in that. When you do a list of like the greatest football player and stuff, there's going to be stuff. It's not all based on like how good you were. It's like, did you save the crucial penalty that needed to be saved at this time?
It depends on the player.
Did you have a story that we all got involved in? Were you at a club that was important?
For you to be one of the greatest footballers, you have to have won something.
Yeah.
You have to win at least a league, a
Champions
League, a World Cup, a European Cup. You have to win something.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what are you basing it on to be one of the greatest?
Just watch somebody play. You can see if they're a good player or not.
But doesn't mean, okay.
Right.
You can watch someone in League One and think they're a good player.
I know. And I'm saying that back to what we were saying at the beginning of the show about sometimes you only look at the star. I think sometimes we miss.
If you're in League One and you retire in League One,
clubs,
if you're in League One and you retire in League One,
you
can get your flowers, but you weren't a great player.
Wow.
Do you know? Okay, look at it like this. Like I said,
League One,
Like I said, yeah.
That's 11 players in 20 clubs in the Premiership. So that means you're not in the top, 220 players. Fine, but you might be in the top 300.
How many players did you say?
There's 20 clubs, 11 players.
There's more than 11 players.
Oh
in the
yeah.
squad, it's like
all right, relax. Okay, relax. But you could
plus League One is after the Championship.
But starting in League One, you could be a sub in the Premiership. Like, let's just make it rough. You're in the top 300 players in. No?
So in League One, you can't be on the bench in the Premiership now.
You don't think so?
Nah.
What about these clubs that get promoted then?
That's from the Championship.
Oh, sorry, I forgot there's Championship. I meant,
Yeah.
I thought, yeah.
Right. Championship, you could be on the bench in the Prem, but doesn't make you a good player though.
So that's the wildest thing because there's great players who just aren't gonna be with a big fancy club.
No,
like Leicester have won the Premiership, right? Now Casper, I don't think he was in that winning squad, but like
he was.
playing.
Of course, he was.
Was Casper at
He was
that time?
He's always been that goalkeeper.
So he has won the Premiership, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's won something.
Yeah, that's why I said he's a top goalkeeper.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying, the point I was trying to make is that if let's say you went to Leicester now, and Leicester don't win anything for the next 10 years, for the rest of your career.
But why do you think Harry Kane wants to leave Tottenham?
That's a business move, man.
No. He's not won anything.
Yeah, and he wants to win stuff.
Yeah,
obviously,
because he
I don't
can't.
doubt that.
It's not about business move. He can make all the money he wants at Tottenham.
Yeah, but what I mean is that it's better for your brand, obviously.
No, it's not better for his
you
brand.
to go to a
No,
club where you're gonna
no.
win.
He wants to win a trophy. It's not better for his brand.
I think it's all the
Kane
same
has no
thing.
brand. Kane is a humble person. It's not about his brand. He needs to win a trophy.
You don't think he has an England captain brand?
No, that's not what's killing him. He needs to win a trophy. He can go to Man United and win the trophy. If Tottenham kept Bale and Modric,
Yeah.
and they stay like that, he won't leave Tottenham. He won't leave. If they could compete with Man City, he wouldn't leave. But he knows he can't, and he knows the clock's ticking, and he knows history will only judge him by what he won.
Would you think Tupac was a great rapper if he never signed to Death Row, but you heard like an underground tape? You heard like his stuff on the
But
underground.
he was a great rapper before he signed to Death Row.
No, but I'm saying that like he never had like the whole story, blah blah blah, like that in public. But he had
But that's
all
not why
the
he was a great
bars.
rapper, though.
But I'm saying that I think that colors how you see him.
Not really, because when I first saw Tupac, I saw his antics, and I didn't like him as a rapper.
Okay.
It's only until I heard Only God Can Judge Me that I heard the potency of his words. That's how I had to listen to him more. So yeah.
So who's your favorite like underground rapper?
I don't have a favorite underground rapper. What do you mean underground? Like you mean like a
Like not mainstream, doesn't have the hit records out there and the record label and blah blah.
But that doesn't make you a
but
great
just
rapper
has
either,
skill.
though. Mace had hit records. Doesn't make him a great rapper. But Mace was a great rapper. But Mace had hit records.
Yeah.
Will Smith had hit records. Diddy had hit records.
Yeah.
Diddy sold 6 million albums,
Yeah, but
which is more than what Diddy and Biggie sold, more than what Jay-Z sold.
well, I mean at that time.
Yeah. Jay-Z was like, he couldn't understand. He was like, how did he sell 6 million records? Wow. Hammer was selling killer records. He couldn't rap to save his life. I mean, let me put that back. He wasn't a great rapper. He was an amazing rapper. Then you have Royce the 5'9", who people say is the most skillful. Cameron sold records, but he didn't sell as many as them. Now go gold, maybe platinum once here and there. But he wasn't a. What I'm trying to say to you is, basing greatness to who you are.
Yeah.
Amongst your peers,
Yeah.
that's what you can determine greatness.
All right, man. Drop the Tupac quote because this is
we
the
gotta go
latest
over it,
we've
yeah,
ever
yeah,
left
yeah.
the Tupac quote, and it's like rounding up on.
Tupac quote today. I've even forgot. What was the Tupac quote today? In reference to what we've been talking about, just about being great and stuff like that.
Yeah.
In Ambitions as a Rider.
Yeah. My ambitions as a rider.
He said, thugging for life, and if it's right, nigga, die for it. Let them other busters try. Let them other busters cry. At least you tried for it.
I break down. What does that mean?
It's like, try for what you want to do.
Okay.
Let people say what they want to say. At least you tried for it. Just stay in that mode of trying to do something. Focus on completing it. Let people say what they want to say. Determine, the discussion of who's great and who's the best is amongst people that don't actually play the sport.
Yeah.
Because Messi knows what it takes for his player who's not as good as him, but he knows what he puts in training. He knows what level he's at because he's playing with me. You understand?
Yeah.
So let everybody talk. You just try for it. And in that way, you won't have that whole, did these people wrong and you got to focus on what it is you're trying to get out of this.
Yeah.
So some people, if it's the mansions and the cars and the planes, then that's cool. You got to strive for that.
Yeah.
But for you, you have to also know, where do you fit in? Look at Ron Howard. Do you know Ron Howard? Director. He did Cinderella Man, The Grinch.
Has he got red hair?
Yes,
Yeah.
Ginger. He was in Happy Days.
Okay.
These days around. Great
The Fonz,
80s show, The Fonz.
Yeah.
Who was the most popular character on that show?
The Fonz.
The Fonz. The Fonz was the most popular character on that
I
show.
met him one time,
Right. But then...
Same day I met Taylor Swift.
it
But yeah.
You know?
Fonz,
Ron
Fonz,
Howard.
the fact is, I've met the Fonz. Put it that way.
Have you met Ron Howard?
Nah.
But and no shade on the Fonz. No shade.
Yeah.
But imagine if Ron Howard was coming into the studio every day. Why is he getting more work than me? Why is he getting all the love? I'm a good actor. I'm da-da-da-da-da. He wouldn't be Ron Howard, who ended up directing great movies. Now he hires the Fonz if he needs to. And that's not shade again.
Come say, hey.
Just know where.
Nobody says, hey. Like,
right. And by the way, he was so cool.
Yeah.
Again, another thing, the A-Team.
Yeah.
They John Papard,
Yeah.
who played Hannibal, who was the lead, who the show was built around.
Yeah.
This guy was like your Michael Douglas, Brad Pitts of those days. He was that guy.
Yeah.
And they put the show around him. So when you've done your movie time, now you're the old guy, but they want to give you the old guy back. The A-Team.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He's the seasoned actor. They get Mr. T, B.A. Baracus.
Yeah.
Guess how many acting lessons he had? Not a day in his life. But Ola, he's the one carrying the entire show.
You'd think it was his show, bro.
Guess what? Driving Jean Papard crazy.
My God.
Because he's thinking, who the fuck is this guy? Taking all the ratings to the point where the studio execs are like, we need B.A. more scenes. He wasn't supposed to talk.
Wow.
He was supposed to have a couple lines here and there. But his popularity made him, they're like, we want to hear more lines from him. And that's the game, by the way. He came like, I'm Jean Papa, bitch, nigga, please.
Wow.
It's a new day.
It's
and
a
all
cold
Mr.
game.
T did was, by the way, he brought the jury. It was all his jury.
My
He
goodness.
brought that all to the character.
He's like,
And I honestly
people
believe,
ain't gonna have my look.
I honestly believe white people at home were just so fascinated. Because they've seen over 3 white men. Yeah, I know Jean Papa. Who is this guy?
Yeah.
With the chains and the hair and the, who is he?
Oh, yeah.
Then you think I'm tough. And then, oh my, he speaks?
Yeah.
Next one, and then Black America, of course, you see a black guy in anything,
Yeah.
you're watching it. So what I say that to say, just stay in your place.
Yeah.
Focus on what you're supposed to do. When you work hard in your lane, the
Yeah.
Bible says a man that is diligent in his ways will
Okay.
sit before kings.
Come on.
No way is specified.
Preach on it. Preach
So what
on
I'm saying
it.
to you is, if you're a sweeper, my brother, it was a singer. He's not Usher. He hasn't got the platinum selling records that everybody has. He can claim to fame. He's met a lot of people. He did backing vocals for Amy Winehouse.
Yeah.
He did. He does backing vocals for Gorillaz. He's respected amongst his peers.
Yeah.
But no albums to say that. No
Yeah,
record
yeah.
sales to say that.
Yeah.
However, a man that's diligent will sit before kings. He sang at the royal wedding. He sang at their first dance. He's diligent in his ways. He's singing before a king and queen. You see the game?
Come on.
That's what you do. So if you're a road sweeper, be diligent in your way. One day you might just sweep Buckingham Palace.
Bro, that scripture means a lot, bro. And I'm glad you dropped it again because it's a reminder. Sometimes, even doing the podcast, even doing, my job, doing stand up, whatever it is, there's times where you start to feel like, what's the significance of all this? Like, I can't. It's not fitting into that story I would have written for myself.
Or when you first envisioned it,
Yeah,
when you
yeah,
blocked
yeah.
it. Like, once I put that to that, then the agent calls. Then when I start working with Denzel and I start working with Spike, everyone's gonna recognize.
Bro.
Then midway through, you're like, right?
I really gave Spike my DVD, like it's gonna pop off.
You did what you did.
But I really,
you did what you did.
100%,
But
bro.
now you look back, it was youthful exuberance.
Of
Because the
course.
truth is this: what do you think was gonna happen?
Well, you might just
It's
like it.
It's
You
like
might
me-
become friends.
right? Well, but you think so? But let's be honest. Imagine shooting a
Yeah,
free
watching it,
throw,
bro.
right? Imagine shooting a free throw in front of Jordan,
Yeah.
and then doing the thinking you just did something.
Yo, my whole thing was like Spike was gonna watch my DVD, be like, you know what? This
Wait.
was funny.
Here's the painful part. Did you wait for some feedback kind of thing?
No.
You were not that crazy.
Nah, not that crazy.
Okay,
Not that-
okay.
What do you mean? Wait for some feedback? Nah, he was signing tops and stuff.
Okay.
So I went up. It was his block party.
Okay.
It was his block party in Brooklyn. He's signing merchandise. So
Okay.
I went and bought Do the Right Thing
Okay.
from him, and I got it signed. And I was like, I want to give you mine as well. And he was like, oh, thanks for that, brother. And then I was just like, I'll just get out there as soon as possible, right? But in my head, it was like, at some point, he'd just be like, hey, let's just watch this stand-up. This guy's pretty
No,
good.
it can happen.
Then one day,
It can
he's
happen.
like,
it can happen
this
because
guy, I need like a black British guy.
No, it can happen. Let me rephrase it. It can happen because I know a couple of people that said they gave, someone their mixtape and they went home and watched it. And
I was always inspired by rappers who did that.
Yeah.
And I heard Sway
I told
did
you.
that.
I told you.
Sway used to hang outside the record label that he got signed to, and basically just like badger people coming in and out every day. And then, obviously he had his time, and he was big at that time.
You sure that's what happened? I'm joking. I know Sway did, but Sway was dope, man. Because I think Envy pulled up on Nas and was like, "I got something for you." He said he looks down to bring out the CD, and Nas has a gun in his hand. He goes, "Yeah, what you got for me, homie?" Goes the CD. He goes, "Give me that. You know you're supposed to just say you got something for him, nigga." When you... He said he thought he was pulling up. He said,
Squeeze, bro.
He said Nas thought I was running up on him. I was like, bro, I just got a CD for you. But Nas called him.
Man.
I think Nas called him, or Nas hooked something up. I was like, I like, what he does.
Yeah.
And boom, boom, boom. So yeah, I've seen, there's,
Yeah.
but again, manage your expectations.
100%.
So if you're
I
opening,
even forgot I gave Spike Lee my DVD.
If you're
I've given it
opening-
to Angie Stone. I've given it to
Right.
Chris Rock. Like
Right.
I've just
Right.
given it to people. And
if
then,
you're, man, they probably made material about you. You know,
bro,
imagine. Hey, that's another thing. So, and this is where geniuses come in. Imagine you go to the comedy club and you hear Chris Rock doing a routine about this doofus who gave me his DVD,
bro.
right?
Do you know what? Yeah.
And then you go and write your own version of "I'm the doofus." Now you're
Right.
selling records off of being a doofus of this. Do you know what I mean? You find your way.
Bruh, like the real Michael, like the real Kramer.
Right, the real Kramer.
Yeah.
He wanted to use him, but they were like, we can't use him.
Yeah.
He's too real and he can't act.
Yeah.
Actually, it was the studio that said no. So,
Yeah.
what does he do? Kramer tours in his house.
Yeah.
But that's his hustle, man.
That's his hustle, man. You have to love it. If Chris Rock does a bit that blows up about a hungry comedian handing him a terrible stand-up DVD, bro,
I don't think it
I'm
was
gonna be
terrible.
on stage like I'm the terrible comedian.
How bad was it? Was the material?
It wasn't bad. It was like my my Gong Show 5 at the store. Like I got through. I did the 5 minutes.
You now, would you hand someone a comic or DVD?
Hand the comic my DVD. Not on first meeting, no.
Okay.
Not on first meeting.
Why?
I'm just way more self-conscious now. One.
And plus,
Two,
have you
I'm
not
not-
learned that comics are just pricks?
Nah, not that. Because me being good-natured towards comics has actually worked out really well for me in my life. Just like I have friends till today who like have put me up in their family homes when I'm in their country.
That's because you're all struggling together. I'm joking.
No, there's an element
That's a
of that.
camaraderie there. There's a
A camaraderie there. I feel
yeah,
with comics that
yeah.
a lot of comics are actually really good-natured.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, if I was of the opinion that comics are just pricks, like I wouldn't
I mean
want to do a
successful
podcast
ones.
with you right now, or I wouldn't want to.
Successful ones.
The successful ones.
Like if we become successful, you're gonna be a prick, and it's not your fault. It's just like imagine you're Ola the comedian, yeah, sell out tours, movies, and everything, and motherfucker comes up to you, here's my CD. Bitch, take your motherfucking CD.
Nah, I'll take it.
I would like take that one. What you think I'm looking for? I'm looking for your little sound punchline. Get your bitch ass out of here.
I'll take your DVD off your hands, man. I'll take the DVD off your hands. I can't promise I'm gonna watch it and give.
But that's why
$1
for
million
me it was always
for
a
being
case
so
of
great.
it was always a case of it's like if you're opening for a Dave Chappelle or a Chris Rock or an Eddie Murphy, just take the experience for what it is.
Yeah, I think that's the best way.
The
to
moment
not
you
be,
start
like,
thinking to
hugely
yourself, this could be the big time. You're
Yeah.
gonna you disappoint your disappointment becomes an issue.
100%.
You know.
100%.
And another thing is this year, don't ever get it twisted. None of these comics want to be replaced. I was watching Venus versus
You
Coco.
say that, but Eddie Murphy behaves like he doesn't care.
He's
Eddie Murphy was
50-something.
walking people into the studios and being like, "Put this guy on."
Which studios?
Which movie studio? I feel like it was Fox, but I can't remember which movie studio it was. But he walked Tracy Morgan in.
And did they put him on
Yeah,
for?
got him in the movie straight away.
Yeah, but that's because it's Eddie Murphy. He put
That's my
Chris Rock
point,
on.
though.
I said replaced. They couldn't replace him.
No, but what I'm saying, he acts like he doesn't care.
No,
So
when I
he-
say replaced,
So he brought Chris Rock to set. He put Chris
yeah,
Rock
but
in
that's
movies.
fine. But
He-
I'm saying he doesn't want to be replaced.
But I'm saying that like you only feel like you're being replaced if you care that somebody else's success is going to take some shine.
What I'm
away from
saying
you.
is, if you right when Eddie Murphy did Saturday Night Live in his heyday, there was no one on stage with him. It was just him.
Yeah,
When he came back after X amount of years, he had the best hitters with him,
yeah,
and they were still under him in terms of fame, in terms of what they've done for comedy game.
yeah.
So they never surpassed him. It's
Yeah.
still Eddie Murphy, but they're bigger comics right now.
But I'm saying I personally believe he will always be bigger than them because he's a father to them.
Yes, because he's older.
He's a big brother to them.
Yeah, but what I mean is-
he's
I mean,
Martin
Piers.
Lawrence can't pipe up when Eddie Murphy's talking. Chris Rock can't pipe up.
He's
They're
older
gonna,
than
they're
them,
gonna
though.
give him
But
that
he's older
respect,
as well.
but also because they know when he put them onto opportunities.
Even if he didn't, they can't.
I personally feel like that's one of the biggest secrets to success is putting people in position.
I think it depends. Here's the thing.
Or secrets to long-lasting success. When you've had yours, putting people in position always keeps you up
What
there.
I think is the key. I think not worrying about what people are doing, not worrying, not being bothered about it, not being
Yeah.
threatened by it. And I think
Yeah.
that's what Eddie Murphy was so comfortable in. He didn't need to be threatened by these people. A lot of people are threatened.
And Akon as well. because Akon was on every hook, and then put flipping T-Pain on every hook. And I was like, why would this nigga replace himself like this? Like, you was getting the whole bag. But yo, for T-Pain to shine like that, I'm sure he got his cut. I'm sure financially he was good. But you know, that's a big move as a guy. Like,
but sometimes you just know that this is better for him than it's like Babyface. What you gonna say about him? He didn't sing 9 of them songs that he wrote, and he can sing.
he sang some songs though. Right?
None of his songs that he wrote. None of his songs are bigger than the songs that he wrote.
Okay, whoa.
Go on.
None of his songs are
None of
bigger.
his songs are bigger than the songs that he wrote for other people.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I agree.
None of his songs are bigger than the songs. None of them. You all know Babyface songs, and you're like, we know Babyface songs from other people. I tell people to say, name me 10 Babyface songs that Babyface sang. You be like this. Babyface can sing.
Nah,
I know The Lover in You. That's it.
Golly.
Name 5 Babyface songs.
Don't put me on.
To all our viewers at home listening, tweet us 5 Babyface songs that you know. The one song I know is Lover in You.
No looking stuff up. Tweet me at Ola the comedian.
I don't know.
I
don't know any other songs. Not off the top of my head, anyway.
Look, yeah.
But
don't worry about it.
Name 10 songs that Babyface wrote for other people. You can do that. Or at least 5 songs he wrote for other people.
Look, guys.
So, you don't even have to name 5 songs. You just start naming albums. Boyz II Men's album, Waiting to Excel album. Who else album? Bobby Brown's album. Bobby Brown was doing his Cash the other day. All I could hear was Babyface in the background.
Yeah, I mean.
So you just know sometimes. He wrote Tevin Campbell's album. He said he wrote I'm Ready in school. He wrote it for a crush he had on this girl. Yeah. He said, I'm going to wait for the right time for someone to sing this song. The right time for the other person was that night. After he finished writing it, I'm going to the store and hook the hook up. Yeah. True Hill, when they got signed, tell me what you want. That's the song, right? Yeah. Tell me. We all bump and grind to that. Dave Hollister recorded. Was it Dave Hollister? Someone had song recorded. But the moment they signed True Hill, they took the song off him and gave it to them.
Yeah, that's cold. That's the coldest part of the game.
If you say so. But Dave, like you said to me the other day, what you want? The song to be popping in a little club in your hood, or do you want to go around the world and you get a cut?
I mean, I keep hearing that, like, who was it? Was it like Ashanti sang all of J-Lo songs?
You had not all of them, but I think was it her or Shantae Moore? One of those two. Ashanti wrote songs. I think I'm Real, maybe a lot of songs that she wanted to sing.
But like, supposedly it's like her vocals.
Her vocals. She wrote the song and her vocals, but they gave it to J-Lo. So If You Had My Love, it was either her or the girl that sang, or Deborah Cox. It was either her or Deborah Cox. They wrote the song and sang the hook and sang it. But Diddy came in and said he wants it for J-Lo. And she was like, did this in J-Lo.
Yeah, but even if he says he wants it for J-Lo, usually J-Lo would then go and re-record it.
She would go and record it with her hooks, yeah.
I heard that it's like, no, they kept someone else's vocals.
Maybe some parts in the background, maybe on the hook you could hear some of her vocals, yeah. But here's the thing,
that's the cold.
But here's the thing,
there.
that is not the first time that's been done.
Of course not. I mean,
that black women would go outside and forget a purse and come back, and then Sally's singing the whole song.
I mean,
one black girl said
she was the story to Dreamgirls.
One black girl. No, that's true. That was a true story.
Okay, fair.
That was actually an artist that happened to. She forgot her purse in the studio. She came back and the white girl was singing the song. That's how they started to realize, oh my God. So they'll tell them it's not going to work. One time a girl said she was driving home and she could hear the song she just recorded on the radio, and they told her the song was being sung by another person. And she was driving home. But she said she got a check in the mail.
Bro, get the check in the mail. On that note, we need to wrap this up. Where can the people find you?
At Funmbi, ordersources.com.
On all of that. And it's at Ola the comedian.
Free
on
Suge
everything. Free Suge.
Free Suge.
That's our neighborhood.
Remember, don't focus on the image, people. Focus on the people.
Bro, I don't know who hired you to do PR for Death Row and Bad Boy today.
You should do.
But
you should go on YouTube and watch videos and interviews of just the whole industry. And you really see the 3-dimension of people. Like, when they say, on my birthday, Suge came over and, okay, Tupac used to say, got these niggas running all wild for my double R. He used to talk about his Rolls Royce. Yeah. I found out that Suge bought 3 Rolls Royces. One for him, one for Snoop, and one for Pac. Okay? They came off the little truck, party over here, nothing over there type vibe. But come to find out, Suge had done a business deal with a leasing company that had Rolls Royces on the lot. and so he leased the cars out to Snoop and Pac. So I mean, is there's always a story behind the story.
Yeah.
But all you hear on the album is my double R coming off the line. You're thinking, man, he put a rose. You see what I'm saying?
Wild.
So remember, like you said at the beginning, all these advances, even Pac couldn't afford a Rolls Royce. Swear, he was broke when he went to prison. It's not like the money from the set. You know when you
just said none of these guys are broke. On that note, let's wrap up, man.
No, this.
Let's wrap it up because we're gonna start another pod again.
4 minutes. Just wrap up. 4 minutes. What's it called? When I say broke, you know what I mean, right? I mean like what I meant was Pac. If Pac came out of jail and didn't sign to death row, it was McDonald's for at least 6 months. Oh no! Let me rephrase that.
I told you when I get out,
I was gonna be flipping. I was gonna flip on y'all niggas. But what I mean is he had financial. I was gonna flip on. He had financial issues.
Okay.
So what I mean is, there's no. What I mean is this: if you sign a record deal today, in Pac's situation, you can't have a Rolls Royce in a year.
Of course.
Where you gonna get the money from?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, so that's what I mean.
That kind of turnaround. All right, guys. Let's get some more interaction going. So shout out to Michael for being active and coming back. Shout out to Jason as well.
Sorry for the haters.
Yeah, sorry for the hiatus, guys. But we're back in this, and we're gonna keep finding a way to do this, even if there's distance. You got any people that hit you up?
No, they don't like me.
They don't like you. All right, man. Shout out to everybody that does get in touch. Shout out to the BQ squad. Listening to the BQ pod. All right, we're out.
Okay.
Peace.